Good morning, book club. Hi. We're not starting the show yet. This is a little pre-show moment because, I'm by myself, so that's fine. Good morning. How we doing? Clarus is almost ready. We're just waiting on the rooster here. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Before we get started today, I just wanted to talk to you really quick about a change that we're making to the show. Oh, this is a mess. Let me clean up for the actual recording. 9 and 9. All right. There she is. Oh my gosh. Y'all, so our mods have requested that we change things a little bit. And we no longer allow any kind of spam in the chat. We are going to be timing people out for it. The reason for it, originally we posted the S's in the chat to save us from spoilers, but with how the modding works on YouTube, it has been too difficult for them to keep up with that and to mod while, to delete the messages for the people who aren't us, for the other new readers in the chat who don't want to get spoiled any more than we do. So for their sake of those people, we're just going to ask that from now on, you're not going to post a bunch of S's when someone posts a spoiler. Just let the mods delete the message. And, yeah. That's going to be the policy moving forward. You're not going to get timed out if you join in and, like, everybody posting F for Matt. That's not the kind of thing that we're talking about here. We're specifically just talking about... We're specifically just talking about people who are spamming their own message over and over. Is that as tall as that gets?
Yep.
Do you want to switch then? Does it matter?
I don't know, does it?
Are you okay?
Yeah. I can't get, yeah. I don't know. There's a lever, but it doesn't go up or down anymore.
Alright, well, we'll just make it
Oh no, it goes down. It goes low. That is literally the top of it.
Alright, well, we'll make this work.
Sure.
Alright, y'all. Are we ready to start the show? Low
Hi.
audio?
What's up?
Low audio. Is that better?
Is it on the...
We can go to there. How
on
is
the
that?
right.
Are we still switched, please?
No, it's on the wrong mic. There, how is that? Is that
How
better?
is that? Is the audio better? Are we peaking? Are we peaking?
Okay, alrighty.
This should be the wrong side. Everyone wants us to switch because we're. Let's go. Hey.
Right. Okay, alright.
How about that? Is that better, chat? So much better? Okay.
Do you feel better?
Alright, all of this part of the video is going to get deleted off of YouTube eventually.
Oh, you're gonna go in and edit it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Love that. So you guys are the only ones who got to see this.
Well, no, everyone who watches it for like the first 40 hours will see it because it takes forever.
So you're gonna have to... Yeah, I was like, do we move the mic closer to me? Or...
Yeah. All right, y'all, should we start the show? Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I'm going to turn this down a little bit more now that we are on the right mic.
Fair enough.
Nope.
Just make sure it doesn't switch on you again.
Yeah, no, we're good. All right, you ready?
Let's go.
3, 2. Wait, you don't have the book. Oh, you do. Well, get ready. I was about to hit record. You didn't even have the thing pulled up.
I don't know what chapter it is.
It's the end of the book.
Oh, right. I was like, why is my bookmark in the middle? It's because I read on the iPad.
Give her 1 second. Blue! Kevin Adams, thank you for so much for that super chat. But yeah, no, Kevin Adams, thank you so much for that super chat. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Merry Christmas. Oh my God.
Blue, holy fuck.
God damn.
Wow. Okay. Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Wow.
It's the
Blue.
best time of the year.
Thank
Holy
you
crap.
so much. Oh my god. Y'all, if you got a sub from Blue, say thank you. Holy
Seriously.
shit.
Also, to those 50 of you who now have access to yesterday's audiobook reaction, enjoy that. The time code is wrong, but the reaction
The reaction is
is
right.
still pretty good.
Oh, I see why you needed a pillow.
Do you want it?
It's so... What a weird chair.
Wait, where did that pillow go?
I have no idea. Wow. Blue, thank you so much. Holy shit.
Can you believe... so this is the chair we started our streaming on together.
Yeah.
This was the original Nerdy Nightly chair.
I don't know how, but holy crap.
I also do not know how. It's so bad.
Awful.
We streamed on that for like 5 months.
Yeah.
4 months.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Blue.
Not all heroes wear capes, but Blue probably does. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Blue is short for Bloomberg.
That's it. You cracked it.
Yeah. Instead of running for president, he's dropping all these subs on us.
Hey, that's a better use than campaigning.
Okay. Cool. Wow, my brain is a little bit broken. But I think that Blue is just... I think Blue did that to say, hey, start the damn show.
You know what? Probably. Blue, thank you. This one is for you.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Also, Kevin, thank you as well. Let's do the Nerdy
Kevin.
Wordy Book Club. 3, 2, 1.
Night fell. On the hilltop, the wind blew dust across the fragments of what had once been a terangreal. Below lay the tomb of Shadar Lagoth, open to give the world hope. And on distant Tremalking, the word began to spread that the time of illusions was at an end.
That is right. What is up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the Nerdy,
the Wordy,
the Book Club.
Let's go.
We are officially through 9 books of the Wheel of Time.
Let's fucking go.
Robert Jordan's epic series.
God.
And ladies and gentlemen, non-binary friends, I want to reach out into the void of a few weeks ago. When we were mid-slog, I would say. When we were feeling slogged down a little bit by these books. And sometimes the reading was not very enjoyable. And we were going, where's the light at the end of this tunnel? And I gotta say, people kept saying, you gotta get to book 11, you gotta get to book 11. The people who say you gotta get to book 11 are sleeping on the end of book 9 because Winter's Heart is has an elite ending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like S tier level ending. Was not expecting that, to be honest. I was a little bit worried about how the book was going to wrap up. James Ross, thank you for that super chat. Merry Christmas.
I only have a short time to head out. I wanted to wish everyone a happy holidays and thanks for an amazing year of book club. An amazing year of book club. We've been doing this for a full year. Next week will be the 1-year anniversary. Someone pointed out that we actually started book club on New Year's Eve last year.
Oh, gotcha.
So the 30th will be our 1-year anniversary of the book club, and the book club, between views and podcast downloads, will have passed today. By today, we have passed over 500,000 downloads and views for this podcast.
That is wild.
500,000 times people have sat down and been like, you know what, I wanna spend some time with the Wheel of Time, and we're not even huge Wheel of Time creators. And we have 500,000 views. There is a fandom behind this book series that is so real, and I'm excited for season 2, y'all. Amazon, you got to bring in some more nargs for the community.
Yeah, we're counting on you.
Dharmak, thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thoroughly enjoyed the audiobook reaction. Yeah, that's up for members of the YouTube and patrons. So if you want to see that, it is paywalled. I'm sorry about that, but I think it's worth it. I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the detailed discussion. Me too.
Yeah, we also have a new member. If you scroll up a little bit, I want to say thank you to Stephen
Thorne. Welcome to the Nards.
Welcome on in.
But yeah, the Winter's Heart.
Yeah, this book was not expecting that.
Yes, and like, look, I think that, like, the whole book, as a whole, I think the book still has weaknesses. I still think that there are some, like, there are some things about it that I don't like, but none of those things appear in the final 2 weeks of reading, so...
It's great.
I haven't had to deal with the stuff I didn't like about this book for a month.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. No meandering descriptions of every human being on a battlefield. Well, not a battlefield, but like a soldier's campsite.
Oh, yeah. Before we do get into what is so amazing about this week, I do want to talk about, though... Wait, where's Perrin? Did Robert Jordan just not like writing Perrin? Because it feels like there's a lot of books where Perrin is just not in them.
Yeah, Perrin, like, moves, like, one step forward for like, an entire book.
And then 4 steps back.
Well, and then we don't even, like, see it. I
not
know.
even back, sideways. Perrin goes, like, 1 step forward and then, like, drifts listlessly to the left for a bit.
Yeah, because new stuff happens. And it's, you know, it's doing our boy dirty, because we do love Perrin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, I miss him. And I want to know what's going on. Even though, like, I hate the Shido stuff, but, like, I want to know what's going on over there, and it's so weird that the first 6 chapters of this book are all that storyline, and then it is just gone for 30 chapters.
Yeah, it is. It is weird. So we do miss Perrin, unfortunately, but I am glad that we had some kind of huge resolution in this book.
Oh, me too. And
like,
we will get to the huge resolution. The last hour of this podcast is probably going to be that huge resolution.
Yeah, it feels good.
Before we get too much further into the podcast, though, we have to remind you all that this podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is a subscription service that allows you to download words that other people have said aloud through electronic signals so that you too can scream when you realize that Deshiva was a Forsaken all along.
Yep, that happened.
That happened. And boy, did I yell.
Oh.
Do you want to get a little bit confused about the names in a fantasy series while listening to someone else read it because they say Arine and it's Harine? Go to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly to get your subscription. It gives you a free month and a free audiobook on us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we can't get everybody something for Christmas, but we can get you a free audiobook at audibletrial.com/nerdynightly. That's what I should have gone with.
That's not bad.
That's what I should have gone with.
Merry Christmas.
Arazu Kashefapur, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Merry Christmas. Last week, Nerdy said there isn't enough book left for a couple of the points in this section. So was there enough book left, Nerdy? No, I stand by that.
Yes.
There wasn't enough book left for the conclusion of all of the storylines. That's why only like Matt's storyline and Rand's storyline end. But Elaine's Perrin's storyline did not come back at all.
Yeah.
And Elaine's storyline just kind of like
fizzled.
No, it settled.
Sure, I guess.
When we get to the Elaine stuff, I really like the Elaine stuff. We'll talk about why I like the Elaine stuff.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that there is enough book left for all 4 of our main storylines to have a resolution.
Yeah.
And there wasn't.
Yeah.
I still stand by that. Wheel Up Time, thank you for being a narg of the Nerd Table. Welcome back. Stephen Thorne.
Stephen, thank you for that super duper chat.
It's a pink one. Merry Christmas. Been watching you since your show review and have thoroughly enjoyed every week of you experiencing my favorite series. Love the perspective change with the books. Here's to another great year. To you as well.
Cheers.
Guys.
We should have got rum and eggnog.
In this, do you want to go get it while I
have no idea where the rum... I think I could figure out where the eggnog would be. Should we just,
have my mom bring us rum and eggnog?
You know, she probably would if you texted her. Guys, what do you think? Are we drinking today? Is it Christmas?
Steven, can you imagine that a year from now we'll have read all of the Wheel of Time?
Crazy!
Nuts.
Steven, thank you so much for that super chat.
Thank you.
Lona Boy, thank you as well for that super chat. 2 weeks ago, you said you wanted to see Matt, Tom, ship captain, other ship captain, Tylen's tyranny terminated. Wow.
Can Swain do something? Clean Sidin. Is Santa a subscriber? Merry Christmas. We did get most of what we wanted.
Yeah. To be honest, like, the only piece of the puzzle for me that is missing is Perrin. And you know what? Like, I can live with that. Right? Like, there is so much going on and there is so much that happened that, like, I can live with the fact that Robert Jordan was like, I don't have time for Perrin at the end of this book. And I'm like, as sad as that makes me, I understand.
Wheel Up Time, thank you so much for being a narc for 3 members.
Welcome back.
3 months. And Taint Who, indeed. We're going to be talking about the Taint a lot today, y'all. Chodes and Taints all day long. Oh, that should have been the title.
Chodes and
Taints. Kevin Adams, thank you so much for joining the narcs.
It's good to have you.
Do you want to text my mom and ask her to...
Do I?
You can use my phone.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to...
Just be like, Ariel wants rum and eggnog.
No. I'm not gonna say it like that.
All right, y'all. Well, let's talk about
Though
this
I
final.
haven't eaten anything today. That could be very bad.
Dangerous. Maybe my mom will come say hi to the book clubbers. So, Clarus, I want to ask you, now that we've read the entirety of Winter's Heart, how did you feel about this section? We'll talk about how we felt about the book next week, but how did you feel about this final section in terms of everything, you know?
Oh my gosh. Josh, thank you for gifting 5 memberships.
Josh, thank you so much.
Thank you. That's incredibly kind. Oh my god. We're going to have only green names in the chat by the end of today.
Yeah, Blue's out here doing the Lord's work.
Thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate you guys. Drop your favorite emote in the chat if you got one. I know what mine is. It's weird because this entire section feels like that final chapter was all of it, but it wasn't.
That's, you know what, that's true.
Like it really wasn't, and I'm like, I had to like kind of go back and like refresh myself, you know. But I do think that we had some really interesting stuff with Matt. I did kind of I felt like I knew how it was gonna all go down. Whereas that what?
No, I'm sorry.
What?
This is how you predicted that this was gonna go down?
Yeah, I figured that Matt would try to escape, and like when Gai'don showed up, I figured that like obviously they would use Gai'don. Gai'don knows the soldams that were collared to each other, that she knows she's got something on them. I'm gonna unplug this just for now so it's not so loud.
All right.
Sorry guys.
I don't know that they can hear that, but
the computer is very loud.
just mirrors us everyone. Emberize? What did Emberize say? Is that about the fan noise?
Yeah, the fan. Sorry, this computer's great, but the fan sucks. No, when Gai'don showed up, I was like,
I feel like you're trying to pull some LeBron bullshit here.
No.
Where you're like, I said that this was going to happen before it happened. There's no way that nobody predicted Tuon coming in and being a Jackie Chan level karate master.
Well, okay, I didn't predict that, but I predicted that like in their escape, like that she would get caught up in it and have to go along with them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, I feel like that is kind of like the natural progression of how that story would have to go, because we know that Matt marries the daughter of the Nine Moons. Right?
I think, okay, so you got the, like, what happened, but the why things happened, I don't think anyone could have predicted.
I did not predict that she was a martial artist.
Or that Matt would go, that's my wife, we're kidnapping her.
No, God, no, I did not see it going down exactly like that.
But this was pretty, I think, like, I put this last section of reading up there with any other section of Wheel of Time.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think the first half of this book is my favorite. But I think the second half of this book, and I think that like what is going to keep this from being one of my favorite Wheel of Time books is the first half. Yeah. I think the first half of this book is a little bit slow and a little bit meandering, much like a lot of Path of Daggers was. But the second half of Wheel of Time, like last week's reading was fantastic, and this week's reading also fantastic. Yeah. And because of that, I think that we should get into the chapters. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Chapter 26 of Winter's Heart is called Expectation, y'all. Expectation.
We thought we were getting Egwene stuff in the... Remember last week when we were like, oh, we're going to read the first little bit.
Oh, that's another thing that isn't in this book at all, is Egwene's camp. We do get Egwene twice. Yeah. In Teleran Riyadh. Yeah. And Egwene seems to have very much changed from how we saw her in earlier sections of the series. Yeah. She's grown into the role of Amerlin in a really beautiful way. Absolutely. But her and Elaine are chilling in Emond's Field, which is like Baerlon now. Yeah. It's like a city. Yeah. They're just patiently awaiting parents' return. Waiting for Daddy Golden Eyes.
Daddy Golden Eyes. Yeah, we read this and I was like, oh, Egwene, so we're gonna get this, what happened at the end of the last book, we're getting that resolution in this book. And spoiler alert, I guess we have to wait a little bit longer for the Siege of the White Tower. Fine, okay, yeah, whatever.
It still makes the, like, epilogue-y last chapter of the last book so bizarre.
Very strange, yes. Weird choice.
Knowing where this book takes that storyline and what it doesn't really do with that storyline. Yeah. C. Sarmy says you hated last week's reading. No, we didn't. I really loved the formatting stuff last week.
The formatting stuff was great. You didn't really like the other stuff. You said it, like, really picked up at formatting.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't love the, like, getting ready to leave storyline. But we'll talk more about that when we get to Matt. Yeah. Well, let's talk about Elaine and Egwene. They're walking through Riyadh in Emmons Field.
Mm-hmm.
It's very changed. It's
like a full-ass city with a wall.
Egwene is trying to send some soldiers Elaine's way because Elaine is under siege kind of from all sides, really.
Yeah.
Even sides that Elaine isn't even yet sure that she's under siege from.
True.
Because her little guard boy / baby daddy
oh God, that
is a dark friend. So Elaine doesn't even know how much danger she's in, but she also knows that Egwene does not have the soldiers she needs. We learned that Gareth Bryan is well short of what he thought he needed to take Tarvalon. Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting when Robert Jordan gets to it.
Yeah.
And we find out that Elaine's like, you know what? No, I'm good. I'll figure it out. I'm Elaine Tricant. I got this.
Yeah.
And I really liked the scene between the two of them because I felt like it was a fun moment of two women who are both like fairly confident in their abilities, who have grown into like they're adult women now.
Yeah.
Who know how to deal with their problems. And I just felt like this was a really mature conversation between the two of them that was filled with them noticing the ways each other have changed, but also the bond between them is still there.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was a great way to start the reading this week with a really like, without Nynaeve there to kind of be a brute about the conversation sometimes.
Yes.
It was nice to see these two women just on a level playing field, just having an open, honest conversation with each other, which is something we don't see in the Wheel of Time very often.
Yeah, for sure. Perry Wolf, thank you so much for that super chat. You guys should put out a Nerdy Nightly bookmark for the book club. This one in future book clubs. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
We would have to look into.
I would say we get like an artist. We commission an artist, and on one side it's like me as an Ashaman, and on the other side it's you-ish as a Aes Sedai.
That would be fun, actually. I would be into that. Very cool.
That'd be a cool book club.
Thank you, Perry Wolf, for that super chat.
Yeah.
I did not expect Emmons Field to have changed so much. But you know, they do what they gotta do with all these people coming in and things changing and the tiled roofs.
Yeah. Nemsi says, this is why a lot of fans didn't like the change of Emmons Field in the show to be this multicultural hub. You didn't get the joy of seeing what it matures and grows into. It's wonderful in the book. I understand that argument, honestly, considering the story of Emmons Field. I just have a feeling that Emmons Field won't come back in the same way in the show that it does in the books.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they decided to just not focus on that. I think that if they were going to focus on that in the future, they would have presented Emmons Field differently in the first season.
Yeah.
And so I have a feeling we won't get very much Emmons Field past the Battle of Emmons Field. Just based on the way that they did it.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be things that are cut, and I'm assuming that Emmons Field probably isn't hugely important to the final battle, but hey, maybe I'm completely
That
wrong.
might be where it takes place.
It could happen there. We don't know.
Because we're 9 books in and we still have no idea what Tarmon Gai'don is.
Yes. No. Yeah.
No idea.
Don't know what that looks like.
I don't know if it's actually a battle. You know what I mean? Like,
it's gonna be one of those like mind battles that the Devil and Sandman had.
I hope not. I hope not. That would be terrible to read.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
So Elaine sees the Red Eagle of Manetheren flying above one of the buildings. It flashes in and out of existence because this is Teleran Riyadh.
Spicy.
How did you feel about Elaine being like, I'm gonna have to go shut that down?
I don't know. I think she has bigger problems to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, Emmons Field is so far away. I'm like, girl, you have bigger problems that are much closer. If Emmons Field wants to do its thing, like I don't know, just let them. Like,
it is so funny to me that like even she knows that her mom didn't send, because when we meet Elaine.
Yeah.
And I think it's in the first book where Elaine is like, oh yeah, like that's technically part of Endor, but we don't send people there. I love that
people haven't been there in decades.
Now Elaine is like, no.
Tax collectors.
I'm not even queen yet, but I'm gonna send some people to go beat up those Emmons Fielders.
No, I think Elaine would be more tactful than that. But the problem is you have to be careful about who you choose.
The problem is Perrin isn't there right now. But like Elaine and Perrin just need to have a conversation, but they're not going to.
No. Nobody communicates.
So we find out Egwene learns of Rand having Aes Sedai swear fealty to him.
Yep.
And she's concerned about this, which I found very ironic. Because you're a hypocrite, Egwene. You've done the same thing.
Of having Aes Sedai swear to her?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. She's done it, like, 5 times now.
Aes Sedai? Really? I thought she just kind of, like, showed him up. And they, like, followed her.
No, the girls who, the ones who swore, she made them swear fealty to her. In the camp.
Oh.
Because they were part of the whole, like, plot to... Yeah. What?
Which one's from the camp?
The 2 girls, Faolain and what's-her-face,
Oh!
and then the girl who had bonded Lan.
Oh, but no, she didn't... Didn't they swear fealty by themselves?
I don't... Yeah, kind of.
Weren't they like, we don't like you, but we think
like
you're for the best?
No. When she found out about them sending, when she found out about Shariam sending the Aes Sedai to the White Tower to spy, that's another storyline that isn't in this book at all. Remember the Aes Sedai and the White Tower plot? Oh my god. Forgot
about that one.
But she's had Aes Sedai swear fealty to her much in the same way that Rand has.
Yeah.
And so I just was like, kind of like, she keeps being mad at Rand for doing the exact same things that she's doing.
It's because Rand is a guy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but now that Sidon's clear, she's gonna have to ease up.
Sure, I mean she doesn't know that it's clear probably. I'm sure she won't find that out for a while.
Yeah, so Elaine wakes up and Avienda is there in her bed with her.
Yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't read into it too hard.
So that's fun.
And Elaine is pregnant.
Pillow friends. Elaine, they get dressed, and I wouldn't normally talk about this. I would usually skip over this, but I love the moment of Elaine being like, look, if you don't behave, I'm going to make her put your clothes on too. And that's like the worst thing Avienda can imagine.
She's like, God, no, please. Yeah. Yeah, that was great. I love that she like immediately is like, okay, fine, I'll stop. Please don't make somebody dress me.
And we find out that the entire castle is behind a plot to keep Elaine from eating very much because everybody knows the woman is with child.
Yeah. And at first I didn't realize that Brigitte had accidentally like told everybody, but I was like, why the fuck did they let people find out about this? You would think that would be such a liability that like Elaine is contending for the throne and also is pregnant. Like,
yeah, but they are weighing that against them needing Elaine to not have access to the food. So the cooks need to know not to give her food. And so in order to stop her from like eating food that they don't want her to eat, which isn't how pregnancy works at all.
No.
But
everyone has their own ideas of you gotta walk 37 and a half minutes a day and only eat porridge and chew with the right side of your mouth.
But we know that like the pregnant women's caloric intake needs to be higher than a non-pregnant woman. Like
you're eating for 2 people.
But we know that now. Obviously back then they wouldn't. So it doesn't really matter. But I just love the idea that they're like, no, just have some broth. And I'm like, how are you gonna grow a baby on broth? How are you supposed to grow a baby on broth is my question of the day.
That is the question of the day. Someone in chat, I'm sure, can answer that.
But yeah, no, so the entire castle knows, and Elaine doesn't want people to know that it's Rand's, I guess, and so she is smiling at David.
Yeah.
And look, I would be happy if Elaine smiled at me. Every time you smile at me, it feels like Elaine is smiling at me. But this plot of her trying to allow people to know that David is the daddy without him feeling too encouraged so that he makes a move on her is amazing.
Yes. Truly, that is some mental gymnastics that I gotta... You know what? Elaine is an acrobat. So, yeah, it makes sense. They do make her eat less. They're like, you're not allowed to overeat. She's not allowed to sneak down and get, like,
she's not allowed sugar.
And
she's not allowed...
and honey and, like, what... They're like, overeating is just as bad as undereating. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
If you say so. I don't know. Never been pregnant, so I guess I wouldn't know. But
you need carbs.
Yeah.
Like, you need energy to burn.
Yeah. It was silly. But, like, it made sense. It was like, oh, yeah, everybody who is born a child thinks that, like, she knows how to best bear a child.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm kind of like joking about this. The thing that really stuck out at me about this section is how smart Elaine comes across and everything. And I really loved it. Going back to what I said about the conversation between her and Egwene. And then, I think that the pregnancy is played for comedy in a way that I think is funny. Like, I think Robert Jordan is actually comedic here in a way that works for me.
Yeah.
And I think that throughout this section, we see Elaine really become queen, kind of. I know there isn't a like satisfactory like resolution to her storyline in this book, and we lead up to a cliffhanger that I'm very excited for in the future. But I really feel like in these last couple chapters with her, with Nori, with the way that she handles the camp that she's about to go to, I feel like this is where we actually see Elaine become queen, as opposed to being vying for queen like we saw her in the last couple readings with her.
Yeah.
The last couple sections of reading with her. This really felt like I was like, oh, she's dropped into her role now.
Yeah.
She's not so worried about Rand. She's not as distracted, right? I think getting laid really helped her become like a woman.
Yeah. Well, and also, the fact that the other two had slept with Rand and like she hadn't, like that, that kind of feels bad. I get that.
Y'all, I just want to say good morning to our mods. Please remember the message from the beginning of the show and make their lives easy.
Yep, we love our mods.
Dakuna, Monkey, good morning.
If we can get some love for the mods in the chat, I truly don't know what the heck we would do without you. But don't make them work too hard.
And so we get a gateway opening in the courtyard.
Merrily We Roll Along is back.
Merrily We Roll Along is back. Coming to Broadway in August, starring Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, I know.
Very
crazy.
excited for that.
We're probably going to go.
Yeah, Merilil is back, which the Sea Folk are definitely happy about because they were not pleased that Elaine sent her away. But Merilil was very pleased to get a break from the fucking Sea Folk.
Yeah, she's like, God, the Atha and Mira, the worst.
To be fair, I've been grateful to have a break from the Sea Folk this week, so I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And so Merilil is like, yeah, it is the Borderlanders. They have come down. What's up? Come on in, Mom. Oh my gosh. Oh, what the fuck are those?
Oh my God, wow.
Wait, everyone wants to say hi to you.
No. After when I get dressed, I'll come back.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Look at these. Chat. Look at that.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Incredible.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
You, I appreciate it. No, we're not wearing. I'm not wearing reindeers.
For the outro, here, give him here. Okay.
Yours backwards, David. Yours is backwards. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there's a tag on them. That's why.
My mom really likes Christmas.
I don't know. I look.
Oh my God, Mom! There's so much rum in this.
Oh, sorry.
Holy fuck.
Good morning.
Thank you.
That one's tiny.
It's
No.
perfect.
She hasn't eaten. She will die.
It's perfect. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my God.
This is gonna go poorly.
This is gonna go poorly for you, yeah. Where were we?
That is only rum.
I know, it's so strong, right?
That is only rum. Wow.
Oh my God.
Hey, did you try this one? Try that one. It is only rum. Oh, wow. For our podcast listeners, you're welcome.
Jason Renner, thank you for that super chat. Hello, Mommy Book Club.
Thank you for the super chat. Owie.
Wow. You should drink this one.
Great.
I'll
Sounds
drink
good. Thank you.
So, Merilil's back. The Borderlanders are like, yeah, we'll meet with her. And Elaine's like, great, let's go right now. And everyone's like, whoa. And she's like, no. Taking them by surprise.
Yeah.
Do you think that this was the right call? I mean, clearly it works out. But.
Yeah. Oh, no. I feel like that is like an age-old tactic is, keep your potential enemy on like the back foot. Right? The more that you can like push your offense, the less steady they're gonna be trying to figure you out, right? And I think that what Elaine does is smart. I think that is a little bit rude. They are like rulers, and that is a little bit like against decorum. But she doesn't even show up as Elaine Tricand of...
This is what I wanted to get to, because you're like, it's a little bit rude, and I was like, I don't know, it really feels like she's behaving like an Aes Sedai.
Yeah, she behaves here like an Aes Sedai.
Cat Swain would be so proud.
Cat Swain would be proud, yes. Alright, maybe your mom just put the rum on, like, the top?
That's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, I love the idea that, because eggnog is so much heavier than rum, right? I love the idea that Cat Swain is like, wait, she showed up without an invitation and bullied them into doing things for her. That Elaine Sedai, that's my girl.
That's my girl. I like her.
So we get and the Borderlanders want to meet her because of her connection to Rand, who they're after.
Yes, they're they're marching an army across the country to find Rand.
To have a chat. Just to talk. Just to talk.
Yeah, very suspicious.
I do like that they're like the Tarmon Gai'don is they're thinking, right? Mm-hmm. Their thinking is that Tarmon Gai'don is clearly going to happen at the Blight. Why is he not paying attention to us? Is the most like white girl whose texts have been left unread that these series has ever gotten.
That sounds exactly like Shinobi. No, what's her name? Tenobia Saldea. I was merging Tenobia and Saldea, and I went to Chernobia, and I don't know how that happened.
I don't know either.
It's fine. I figured it out.
But yeah, no, they're like, he needs to pay attention to us, and I'm like, but the Blight is quiet. There's like literally nothing going on. What would he be doing up there? He's fighting like 6 wars right now, and they're like, but we want him to spend time with us.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he come to Saldea?
Mark, welcome to the
Mark,
nerd
thank
table.
you for being a narg.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that I found very funny.
Yeah, I was like, come to you to do what?
It's funny because I feel like most of the countries are like, yeah, keep the Dragon Reborn away. We don't want anything to do with him. And the Borderlands are like, fuck it. No. We go to we're coming for you, Rand. I was like, oh my god.
We're marching the largest army in the continent towards you because you're not paying attention to us.
Yeah. That about sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Welcome to Randland.
Yeah.
So they take a gateway, just close enough where they're a few mile ride. And Elaine goes, she's decked in the most glorious green outfit. I cannot wait for what they come up with on the show for this outfit, because she needs to look full Aes Sedai here.
Yeah.
And she cuts an imposing figure.
Yeah, she's not like gaudy, you know? She keeps it simple, but still like regal. And it's like, it's all in the details for Elaine.
Yeah.
You know, it's less about the grand gestures and more in the details and her interactions with the people that she meets, right? Like her, not like financial advisor, but like the Master of Coin kind of role. Like, you know, that stuff that was revealed to her may not have been, depending on her interactions with him, and same with, like, you know, she's very close with her head maid, right? And these connections that she has with people, I think, are what makes Elaine unique and are her strengths.
So before we get off the maid, because you brought her up, I love that she's like, I found 9 spies and I'm gonna find them all. I'm like, God damn, I need a maid like her. Jesus Christ.
I know,
I don't know. No one's spying on me because everything I do is broadcast on the internet, but
it's true. If you want to spy, it's all right here.
There's no secrets.
Yeah.
There's like nothing I won't talk about, which is a problem. If I ever want to run for office, I'm really screwed. They're like, so
people might like the honesty.
We would like to point to all of these dates in which you talked about orgies on your internet show.
We can't have orgies with our politicians. Unacceptable.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, yeah.
No wonder they're all such miserable. Anyways.
Oh no, they have orgies.
No, I know.
They do. They just don't talk about them the way I do. It's the talking about it that's the problem. Yeah, so they get to the Shinaran camp, and the Aes Sedai, Elaine is told that there are multiple Aes Sedai there. We know there's 10. Or no, there's 13. Mm-hmm. How many are there? I think there's 13.
That we know of, I thought that they found 10.
Okay, so there's probably 10.
But there's like close enough.
And they're keeping hidden. They're not coming out to meet Elaine or
No, they're like hiding.
Which is interesting because I feel like it means that they can't be for Eleda.
Why?
Because the number 1 edict from the White Tower at the moment is to capture Elaine Tricand. Right? And so if the Aes Sedai with the Shinarans were on Team Eleda, because Marilala brings up the idea that they are, of the groups of Aes Sedai that are just hanging out in the countries, waiting for the White Tower to settle, for the battle between the White Tower and the rebels to settle down.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back to whoever wins. And I really got the sense that because these 10 Aes Sedai, who vastly outnumber the 4 women, right? because they don't make a move on Elaine here.
Try and take her to Aleda?
They can't be Aleda's Aes Sedai, because I don't think that if they were Aleda's Aes Sedai, they would have broken with the Shinarans to capture the 4 of them. Why would Aes Sedai care what the Borderlanders are doing in comparison to the White Tower? But because they get through here, and because they don't reveal themselves, it really does feel like there are 10 Aes Sedai here who are truly either dark friends or neutral.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I hadn't considered the whole Elaine of it all, like the order from Aleda. That wasn't on my mind, but
it's like
sense.
The number one thing about her, right? That my biggest concern reading this, when Elaine was like, "I'm going today," and I was like, "Oh no, there are Aes Sedai there." If they are Team Aleda, they are going to want to capture Elaine here.
Yeah. So they could be dark friends, or they could be like just neutral, like waiting it out, like doing their own thing. They may have no affinity for Aleda at all. Mm-hmm. Which is interesting, because now I'm like, oh shit, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, no. Nothing really happens, though, except a very interesting conversation. Elaine really pushes her Aes Sedai-ness on them, and we get this idea that Elaine doesn't know where Rand is, but she's like, he's in that direction.
He's definitely in Murundi. 100%.
Kind of.
No, she's putting them in the direction that she wants to put them. And I have a feeling she's going to be like, hey, Rand, I need you to do me a favor and go to Murundi and see these people so they don't think I'm a liar.
Well, he's in Andor now.
Huh?
But after this, he won't, they are, like, when she says that, right, and they're still in formatting, she's technically sending them somewhat in the right direction. But
yeah, sure,
by the time they get to Caemlyn, he won't be there anymore. Because he's not in Farmandane after that.
Well, and the problem is he can travel, so, like, she could have told the truth in that moment, and then an hour later, like, that could be different, and she would have no way to, like, yeah, that's such a weird thing.
Rand's gonna have been to, like, 15 countries by the time they get to Caemlyn, so it doesn't really matter where she sends them at this point.
True.
It matters to her. He could be in Murundi when they get there.
He could be, but no, she sends them in a very specific direction to help herself out.
Yes.
Which is it's super smart.
And we get the vibe from her that she is the vibe. She straight up says that he's not in Murundi, and she knows that based on the direction she's pointing.
Yeah.
But we do get her sending them south to march towards the city for kind of a brilliant plan, right? Because it's the exact same thing that Riatin is doing in Murundi.
Yeah.
Which is to build up an army as an enemy so that everybody unites around her.
Yes.
But it doesn't work out because she goes home. They agree. They're like, all right, cool. We'll do that. That makes sense. We're not going to fight you. We don't want to go to war with you, right? Going to war with Andor benefits nobody.
Yeah. No bloodshed, please.
And I hope that she steers them well clear of the Black Tower. Mm. But she goes home and... Oh, we're under siege. 20,000 people are coming to kill us. What do we do?
Yeah, and we still don't know who that is yet.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think it is?
Oh, I've no fucking clue. I literally have no idea. Because it can't be any of Rand's armies.
No, it's probably...
It's not the Black Tower because they're already in Andor.
Yeah. No, I'm assuming it's like one of her like contenders.
It could be Davram Bashir's people coming back from Altara. No,
because they're near Caemlyn already.
No, they're in Ilion.
Oh, I thought Elaine... No, because Elaine is like... Tenobia is like, where is my uncle?
Yeah, he's in Ilion.
No, I thought she says he's like near Caemlyn. If you march, you're gonna run into him. I thought that was like part of the conversation,
Maybe.
Right?
The last time we saw him was in Ilion.
Yes.
Dang.
But I don't believe that he is still there.
Yeah, Franklin Cheatham says it's so hard to keep track of those armies. It really is.
There are a lot.
This is the problem. I have no idea who it could be. I actually don't know that it will be a villain. Like, I think it might be a, like, friendly army.
Yeah, Lord Davram is not far from Caemlyn. I cannot promise he will still be there when you arrive, though. So he's close by.
No, because we know he's in Ilion.
He was, yeah.
But when would he have gone to Caemlyn?
Who knows?
The traveling and the like long periods of time without seeing people makes keeping track of where people are in this series really hard. Because the last time we saw Davram was at the end of the Battle of the Sanchin.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Davram Bashir since Rand used Kalendor. And so he could literally be anywhere, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't like, and so that's what gets tough about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Seen this a few times. I'm not sure what's up, but yeah, English only, please.
Yes.
Just so we
Just
can
for our
all
mods.
understand, and that way, you can't say something shitty and we miss it, so it just gets deleted by safety.
yeah.
Nothing against you personally, but that is how it do gotta be.
Storm D says, you just know RJ was gaming this shit out with little pewter miniature soldiers on a world map, right?
He was doing a Viserys in House of the Dragon.
Yes.
That's exactly what he was doing.
The urge to... So I went into Games Workshop yesterday. I used to be a Warhammer boy. I didn't have room in New York to be a Warhammer boy, but now that we have room, I'm worried I'm going to become a Warhammer boy again. I love miniatures. I think they're so fun. The urge to create Wheel of Time armies using Warhammer, like just like paint them to be a little Wheel of Time collection is high. It's higher than it should be. And to
I
have
love
like
painting minis.
a series of create a Wheel of Time miniature set out of like bastardized Warhammer minis.
That would be great, actually. Arizu, thank you for that super chat.
Arzu Chef Poor says Elaine kicked him out of Camelin when she arrived.
Oh, right. She took out all the, foreign
Right.
armies. Yeah, so he's nearby.
So Rand must have traveled him back to Camelin at some point?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
It is hard to
Necrons.
keep track of everyone.
Yes, Malindio, Necrons. Wheel of Time D&D is fun. Rand, tell more. It's almost like you know what we're going to do in 2023. Anyway, what were we talking about? Definitely not our D&D show.
Definitely
That's
not.
not a spoiler for next year.
Babe, we do have a 3D printer. We could just
Make them?
print minis.
Oh, we could.
And here's the thing. I don't know how to, design a file to
All
print.
right.
So if someone has Wheel of Time miniatures, would they be, the files they'd be willing to send?
No, we can make them on Hero Forge.
Individually? Yeah.
What? We can get, the subscription.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe. They're pretty good quality. Anyways.
So Elaine is super tired here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to finish the Elaine stuff here.
Yeah.
So Elaine gets back to the city. It's going to be under siege. Big, bad things are happening.
She's literally so tired. She, passes out.
Yeah.
And then is, immediately awake again when it's there's an army on their way.
Adrenaline does crazy shit, y'all.
She's like, no time for sleep.
My question to you is, how dark did you find it when she was like, let's tell people they can flee if they want to because we don't have enough food to feed them all?
That's the smartest thing you could do.
I know.
You keep everybody alive longer, and, you don't feel like people are being held hostage.
It gave me real Attack on Titan vibes.
Flee for your lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaine goes into, and this is what I was talking about, right? About Elaine. It really feels like Elaine becomes queen here.
Yeah.
In that she's so in charge. And she's using her brain, right? She's not using the one power to solve her problems. She's really solving her problems with her intellectual ability.
Yes.
Now, granted, I also feel like a siege is not that dangerous when you have multiple Aes Sedai within the walls of the siege that can teleport out, attack them from behind, and then teleport back in.
Yes.
The easiest way to break this siege for Elaine, because she has not sworn the oaths, and neither have the Windfinders, is to just confuse the hell out of that army by popping up behind them.
Yeah.
Zap, 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 popping back up to the tower. They turn around, but zap, 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 zap. They're traveling, the ability to teleport, or to just straight up move your army, flank them immediately.
Yeah.
There's, you
just
can't
have to hope
siege.
that whoever's on their way doesn't also have Aes Sedai with them, right? That's the only thing.
Well, no, you have to hope that they don't know how to travel. Because here's the thing. This is what's going to be interesting about the White Tower, right? Is that Egwene and her army can all travel, and Aleda's can't. The only person we know in the White Tower who can travel is Aleda. Or is, Alviarin.
Yeah.
Egwene and, her and her sisters can straight up just travel into the White Tower. They don't need to siege. They can travel into some dark room they know never gets used. And suddenly, there's 90 Aes Sedai zapping their way up the hallways who haven't sworn the oaths.
Yeah.
Just wrecking shop.
Yep.
in the White
absolutely.
Tower, why even siege it? You know what I mean? You can literally teleport in. We know that there's nothing to stop them because the Lanfear was doing it every 5 seconds 7 books ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now the thing is, Egwene has asked Elaine to live as though she has sworn the oaths, right? So I have a feeling this battle will not be fought and won with the one power.
Here's my thing about that. Egwene, how many people are you willing to let die because you want to pretend that you've taken an oath you haven't taken?
It's a good question.
How many human lives is pretending you've taken an oath that you intend to take at a later date really worth?
You know, it's a good question.
How many citizens of Tarvalon who just live there deserve to starve and suffer because you want to pretend to have taken an oath you haven't taken?
I don't have an answer for that. I just want to say thank you to William and our other lurkers.
Yeah, we love our lurkers.
Come and hang out for book club. You guys are wonderful, and we appreciate everybody who can be here and can listen and participate in any way, shape, or form that you feel comfortable. So, thank you.
Franklin Cheatham says, how many lives could be lost if they destroy the world's belief in the 3 oaths? Why would the world have to find out what happened in the White Tower that day?
Well, here's
Let's
the
not
problem.
pretend that the Aes Sedai are super honest about what goes on inside their tower.
Oh, no, they already lied.
No one would
Like,
ever know.
Yeah, well, no one could ever know if that's how they wanted it to be. But also, like, the general populace are, like, there is already a hatred and vitriol for Aes Sedai in a lot of places. That's why the White Cloaks exist. The damage is kind of already done.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me, it seems like it is. And so I think that the oaths are stale. And I think that there is a way to salvage that. And I think that Egwene is going to try and bring that about. But currently, right now, I think that they are a detriment. And I don't think that they provide as much value as they have in the past or could potentially.
I also think that right now, with the Sanchin, the Windfinders, and the Kin, there are now so many women.
So many people who
can
don't
channel,
have the oaths.
And the Ashaman, right?
Yeah.
I think that the oaths are kind of meaningless now, realistically, just because the number of people who can channel has ballooned. Like, when book 1, right? Book 1, maybe there's 750 channelers in Randland.
I was like, oh, definitely less than 1,000.
Now there's 10,000.
Yeah.
Right? Well, obviously the Kin were channeling, but they were hiding it. No one knew they were channeling.
Totally.
So like
totally.
now we're at like 10,000 people who can channel.
Yeah.
It's just the number of people using the one power has ballooned so much that I don't think that the 3 oaths matter really at all right now.
Yeah.
I think that the White Tower being in control of who can channel is more important to the general population than whether or not the Aes Sedai can fight people. I think that they've kind of the cat's out of the bag on that already.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like I said, I think that the oaths have a time and a place, and I think that they have a function. But right now, they're a bit obsolete for sure. People are already gonna believe whatever they're gonna believe based on whatever rumors fly around.
C. Sarmi says, I would argue the oaths are worth more now. That's what distinguishes them from the other groups. Except that the general population does not have a way of distinguishing them, so they don't matter, right?
They just see a channeler.
Yes, they see the Sanchin domain as Aes Sedai. They see the Aiel Wise Ones as Aes Sedai if they can channel. They see the Windfinders as Aes Sedai if they can channel.
Yeah.
Plus
the White Tower is fractured in itself.
Yes.
And so, like, that kind of... I get it, but I just don't think it holds up for, like, your common folk, right?
Dead Iron, thank you so much for that super
Dead
chat.
Iron, thank you. Happy holidays. Smash
Happy
that
holidays to
like
all.
button.
Smash the like button.
Guys,
Thanks
if you're here, that like button, it's free. It's free. It's just sitting so lonely down there. You just want to, like, fill it in. When you click it,
just
it fills in.
Smash it the way you know Rand smashes all 3 of his ladies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aggressively and tenderly all at the same time.
And only once.
Do you think they all each have sex only once?
Avienda and Elaine, so far, right? Min's the only one that's getting the, like,
that's true.
Repeated boning.
Min gets special treatment.
But Avienda and Elaine have each other, so.
Yeah,
C. says you assume they care about what the general population thinks. That's who the 3 oaths are for. Who else would the 3 oaths be for? They're not for the Aes Sedai. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, the 3 oaths were taken so that, like, So that the Aes Sedai like had power, but people didn't think that they were going to abuse it, and then they just found a way to circumvent around those oaths, and so they kind of became obsolete anyways. So.
Yeah, I think that in a world where more and more people are channeling every day, and there's more rumors of channeling, and the channeling is growing, the concern about the White Tower 3 oaths goes out the window because you're not worried about the Aes Sedai anymore, right? The Ashaman are a bigger concern. The Sanchin are a bigger concern. You have bigger problems coming your way.
Yeah.
I do think that nobody gives a shit about the 3 oaths right now, except for the Aes Sedai, who still have this idea that it's what makes them Aes Sedai.
Yeah,
but like they're gonna get wiped off the map if they don't find a way to defend themselves.
Yeah, here's the thing. If I'm like a farmer, right, and like I'm doing my own thing, like, and there's like a battle raging, and like the Aes Sedai can potentially protect me with the 1 power from these like horrible like unseen forces that I can't understand. I would rather them have that ability and not have the 3 oaths.
I don't think anyone who gets saved by an Aes Sedai is going to complain about her using the 1 power to fight giant sky raptors.
Yeah. Scott, welcome to the
Helsby.
Nerd Table. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining the Nargs.
I do think that the 3 oaths is a really interesting conversation that is had throughout these books, and so the fact that it is complex and that many layered, I think, is just a testament to the writing.
Hulkslayer says the oaths are not for the population; it's for the rulers of the lands. So, Rand. That's Kyrian, Tyr, Ilian, and Caemlyn is Elaine, right?
Sure, yeah.
So the 3 oaths mean nothing to those people. The Sanchin hold Altara, Amadisia, Altara, Amadisia, Terabon, Ebudar, and Falma. So they don't give a fuck about the 3 oaths. So you're telling me that the Aes Sedai should keep pretending to use the 3 oaths for the 4 borderland countries? What are we talking about here? There are 4 countries that currently have rulers that aren't either Aes Sedai, Sanchin, or Rand al'Thor.
Yeah.
What rulers?
And that's what I mean. I think that the oaths were very important.
I forgot about Mayene. You know what? Mayene is technically independent.
Oh, is it
Let's
Mayene?
keep the 3 oaths going for fucking Bear Lane.
I thought the Sanchin took Mayene.
No.
Did they?
No, God, no.
Oh,
Maine's all the way over towards Aiel Waste.
Yeah.
The Sanchin would have had to like cross through Tyr at that point, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, like we said, I think the 3 oaths definitely have that their time and their place, and it is not here and now.
Yeah. Scott Helsby, thank you for joining the Nargs. Welcome to the Nerd Table. And MD Neil says, Nerdy Clarks are so charismatic that I'm afraid if I roll a 1 on my saving throw against enchantment, I will have to change my name to Blue 2.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Nerd Table. We appreciate y'all.
I think that like we're at a point now where like we're like the war against the Devil's Coming. Give up on the odds a little bit. Come on. But that's the end of Elaine's storyline.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, cliffhanger.
We're going to war. I really hope it's not a siege, because that would mean in the next book, Elaine is under siege and Egwene is throwing a siege, and I don't really need 2 sieges at once.
Throwing a siege? She's just having a Christmas party.
She's having a little Christmas siege.
Jesus Christ.
Who doesn't want just a little siege for Christmas? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why not? With some rum and eggnog for the...
That'll be our Christmas song next year. A little siege for Christmas.
Oh my God. We'll write that. Anyways.
Bazimian says, and the 3 oaths have no effect on a place like Farmadine either. Yeah, I don't know who the 3 oaths are for at this point.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Can the Aes Sedai lie when they're in Farmading?
No, they can't.
No.
It seems like power still works there. They just the Terangrials don't stop the source from existing. They stop people from connecting to it. Let's get through Matt's stuff.
Fair enough.
And then we'll talk about what happens in Farmading, because boy, does Robert Jordan introduce the item that he needs for the next chapter. We'll get into that.
Yep.
Chapter 28, Winter's Heart. News in a cloth sack. Matt still trying to get away from Thailand. He's still trying.
And Thailand is like, hey, I'm going on vacation for a week. I hope you're still here when I get back.
Sarath and I are going for a romantic Tarakan ride around the country.
Yeah.
I was like, is this
These
fucking
are all
Avatar?
The lands that are now yours and the people that you now
someday, son, all this will be yours.
Yeah. What about that Dark Shadow? No. Don't fucking go there.
Don't
Jesus
Christ.
Don't go there. Yeah.
So Matt, Tylan and Sarath are going away for 10 days of seeing the places Tylan is queen of.
Sure.
Tylan is going full blood now. She's got long fingernails, so she can't wipe herself anymore. And
It's not that hard.
she's working herself up to shaving her head. She hasn't been able to do it yet.
Says she's gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's working herself up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt is stopped. He's tramping around the palace, trying to figure out what he's going to do. And he's stopped by Noel, who I'm thinking is Noel. This is Papa Noel. This is Santa Claus. Santa Claus is now with Matt. He's an older gentleman with crazy stories from around the world.
That's fair.
He's been to Shibuya.
Yeah.
Which threw me.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't notice, that Japan existed in the Wheel of Time, but
I didn't know that one shopping district from Japan survived the breaking of the world and was still there. When I read Shibuya, so when I was living in Japan, when I was working for Disney, we toured a lot. So I stayed in a lot of hotels in a lot of places, but the main hotel, whenever we were in Tokyo, was the Tokyo Stay Shibuya. And so I lived in Shibuya for most of the 4 months that I was there. And it was very weird to read that word in the Wheel of Time. It was so real world to my life.
You're like, what?
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? What? Shibuya?
That was funny. I only recognized it because you had talked about it. I would never have known.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
If you ever get to go to the Shibuya crossing on Halloween, prepare yourself. It is the craziest night of your life.
Do you think that the Sanchin blood have their domains create bidet terangrials for them, so that they don't have to wipe? Do you think that the Sanchin invented the bidet?
But okay, where does the water come from though? Because they don't have internal plumbing.
I don't know. It's the one power. It's
yeah, maybe. I think they just have someone wipe for them.
Yeah, but then you have to have someone be present for it. If you just had an inanimate object.
That's what people did for. You're telling all those queens and those poofy ass dresses, you think they wipe their own asses? Hell no.
No.
They couldn't move their arms in those corsets. Someone wiped their ass. They were rich. They were celebrities, and people wiped their bottoms.
You know what? You're probably not wrong. But I do think that the Sanchin will be the inventors of the bidet. I'm calling it right now.
So we find out Matt takes Tylan down to the docks. She goes away on a boat to the Tarakan. And Matt has this conversation with Noel. Well, Noel is like, yeah, the golem killed another person. Did you know that golem are vampires?
They have to consume human blood.
And they kill people in alleys. I was like, oh, this is the most this is Twilight. No, it's not. It's not Twilight.
It's like Interview with a Vampire.
It is it reminded me of Interview with the Vampire, which we've been watching. Our reaction to the finale will be up on our channel on Monday. And yeah, I found it really funny, the fact that golem are suddenly vampires.
Yeah, I mean, they probably always were. I think there was I
don't remember them ever talking about golems living off blood before this. Maybe they did, but this was new information to me. And so I was surprised at the vampire-ness of it.
I can't remember, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure if that, had come up before.
It might have. I might have just missed it. But this was new information to me this week. And I was like, oh, they're literally vampires. Do you think there's something about blood? Is blood what makes them immune to the one power?
No. I don't know. Maybe they can only consume blood so that their entire body can become liquid and fit through the small crevices.
Interesting theory.
Or maybe it's just really a fucked up, dark...
Kieran McSavvy says it was definitely mentioned.
It was. All right.
I
thought...
I missed it.
I thought it was implied that they had to kill people to survive. I don't know if the blood... I don't remember the blood specifically, but yeah. Yeah, terrifying. Love that.
So Nemsi says inhuman horrors living off human blood is hardly unique to vampires. No, I just mean that the idea of finding the bloodless body in an alley every night where it's been drained of blood is very is tropey to the vampire canon.
Sure, yeah.
The idea of the vampire hunter who's there was another body drained of blood on this alley last night.
Yeah.
That kind of storytelling that we get a lot here of the like, oh, a golem drained another person in this street. That is very vampire.
Yeah. And the fear that incites, right?
Yeah.
Because people are scared. The Sanshin are like trying to find this killer. You know, they have patrols. They're like, all other crime is down, but this golem is slippery.
Well, and it's terrible for Suroth, right? Like, Suroth is really supposed to be, because Chuan will punish her. Granted, Matt kind of saves Suroth here, because Suroth would probably be punished for these deaths at some point. But because Chuan isn't there to do it, she'll get away with it.
Maybe, yeah.
I also find it really interesting that, well, let's not skip ahead. Sorry,
Ian,
that was to myself.
That's all good. Thank you for that super chat.
I just wanted to say I'm completely snowed in and isolated. Probably won't get to see my family, but it's so nice and comfy to be able to hang out with you guys and talk about my favorite book series. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry. There's the weather has been rough.
If anyone else had their travel plans for this weekend to be with family canceled, I am so sorry. My sister's in the same boat. They managed to find her one flight that will get here in time for Christmas. But her flight was, they initially rescheduled her for Monday.
Yeah. And
her trip was supposed to be until Tuesday. And she was like, I was supposed to be there for 5 days. And now I'm going to be there for 20 hours? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but, it sucks. It sucks right now. And I'm sorry. But thank you for that super chat. And we're lucky to have you here.
Yeah. And if you're still snowed in next Tuesday, the 27th. Wait, is Tuesday the 27th?
Isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
Crap.
Why?
I don't know when we're going to do Chainsaw Man.
What do you mean?
Well, because we're
we're
meeting my dad at 10:30.
Oh, well, we'll do it as soon as we get back.
But then I have thing at 3.
At 3?
Yeah, I start the D&D stream at 3.
Okay, well, we'll figure that out later.
But Tuesday at 3 p.m., if you want to come hang out over at twitch.tv/chaoticneutralgoblin, I'm going to be doing a one-shot D&D session with some really talented people. I'll be live from this room. They'll be live from wherever they are. And if you want to come hang out and watch us do a New Year's Eve drunk girl D&D stream, I will be playing a Warforged AI who recently discovered the concept of gender and is just trying to figure out what a woman is. So it's gonna be a wild day.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Yeah, if you're interested in that, and you want to make sure you have that link, come be part of the Discord. We'll be sharing that and giving you guys more details.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Arzoza, thank you for joining the Narcs.
Welcome to the Nerd Table.
Yeah. So with the leaving of Thailand, the leaving of Suroth, Matt's like, it's now or never.
Yeah.
It is time to break free from Thailand's tyranny and get away. And so he goes to Juilin. He's like, Juilin, you got my Adam? Juilin's like, no, I don't. But I will. Don't worry about it. And then he basically just waits.
He exercises his leg. And he exercises pips, and he tries to make people think that he is planning on leaving so that Thailand is not punished. So that Suroth does not believe that Thailand had anything to do with the escaping domain.
Because Matt, spoiler alert, is a good dude.
Yeah, he really is.
We find out that they need a seal of the blood to get out of the city. And so Tom is working on getting that. And the chapter ends with Julian being like, I got 2 dresses, I got the necklace, I got the Adam, we're good to go. Uh-huh. Which takes us to chapter 30, which, sucks. Not that it's bad, it's just that this was hard to read. Because Matt takes the Adam down to... I was about to say Jolene again.
Jolene. Yes.
Jolene.
Yes, Mistress Adnan.
Mistress Anan. Anonymous.
Is like, I think I might be able to hold the leash. Like, I think I can make this work. Which I didn't realize that was also a specific skill. I thought that if you had the power, that you would be able to use it. The fact that it doesn't work was new to me. I was not expecting that.
What do you mean?
That she can't control it. That she just ends up hurting Jolene.
That was new to you?
I didn't realize that.
They've talked a lot about how they have to be tested to be Sildam, because if you don't have the one power, you can't be a Sildam.
Yeah, but I thought
that was the whole point of the storyline with Bethamine and.
I thought because Mistress Anan could.
Mistress Anan can't channel.
But then, how does she know the kin?
Because she's been like the innkeeper running the things for them in secret. But Mistress Anan is not a member of the kin. She knows of the kin. but she's not a member. She's not a channeler.
Oh, so this was basically a test for her to see if she had the spark to channel.
Well, no, because the kin would have been able to tell that in her decades ago, right?
So then why does she think that she can hold the bracelet?
Because they don't understand how the Adam works. And so Matt doesn't know. It's not common knowledge that the Soldams can channel, right? Nobody knows that except for like 5 people. And so Matt is just hoping that any woman can hold the bracelet. It's not until it's on Jolene and she's in horrible pain that they find out that not any woman can be a Soldam.
Right, because they haven't talked to a Gai'don yet.
Right, because they don't know, right? They don't know. If you're looking at the domains, if you're not a member of that culture and you don't know that they test the Soldams, because they're not testing Soldams in Randland, right?
Yeah.
All of the Soldams are Sanchin. Because how could you trust any Randland person to be a Soldam at this point, right? Maybe in a few years you could like build that up. But I think that what's interesting about this is like Matt goes into this meeting with Jolene being like, all right, we can throw this on any woman can hold the bracelet, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And then it's a deflating moment for Matt when he realizes, oh my god, no, I need specifically Soldams. Right. How the fuck am I gonna find that? Which, wouldn't you know it, he walks outside and he do be there. Our boy ship captain.
Let's
saving the motherfucking day. Let's go. Cheers to you, Bail Doman.
Yeah. I love that Matt like barely remembers because of the dagger, right? Because he was so like fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Right, like he was just not. He was barely like functional when that dagger was like poisoning him, and so he's like, I kind of remember, but like also like not really. And so, yeah.
So Bail Doman takes Matt to a meeting with a Gai'don, and they are like, cool, we need the exact same thing. Gai'don's like, great, we'll leave in a couple weeks. I'm going to buy a boat and we'll all piece out together. And Matt's like, a couple of weeks, that sounds great. What do you think about tomorrow?
Yeah. What do you think about as soon as possible? And Gai'don's like, hey, you know what? All right, fine. So that's fun. We get the team up of the century.
Yeah, we get like a new crew.
Yeah.
And it's a crew of people of character. The thing that I will say about the Matt storyline is we leave off with a crew of characters who I'm very interested in. I hate Tuon, but I'm interested to know more about her.
Yeah.
So Lucia's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Gai'don and Bail Doman, love them. I'm a little bit like, again, what the fuck's going on, but like I love my ship captain.
Yeah.
And then we got Matt, Jewelin, and I want to know more about Noel and Tom. Like, this is a crew of people, and I'm assuming they're going to, like, grab Aludra at the beginning of the next book and bring her along.
Do you think?
I feel like Aludra, I feel like this whole canon thing is being set up for a reason. I feel like the Matt-Aludra relationship is going to be important.
I feel like 2 books from now. Like, I feel like Aludra got shafted. Like, she's going to come back in some capacity, but I don't think that they're going to, like, stop for her, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. She is outside the city, so they could get her on the way, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe Matt will finally figure out why she needs a bell founder.
Maybe.
So we get to Matt takes a little bit of a nap. Matt has his Lopin and what's his face? Narum. They get the belongings together. They get everything kind of sorted out, and suddenly it's time. It's time for a prison break, and everything goes fine. Nothing goes wrong, and they escape super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, super duper easy. It's super smooth as these things usually go. You know,
it kind of is though. Like honestly, I was expecting them to run into more difficulty.
Oh yeah, it could have been much worse. Here's the thing: the fact that a Gai'don knows her shit saved them from that one Soldam who was like
the Dare Soldam.
You can't, but no, she needs to be, you take a different one. And again, it's like, I said I could have whatever one I want, or you're going to question me. And so that, like, whole hierarchy actually comes into their favor.
Well, and what I loved is that, so they go up into the kennels, which is not the word I want to use to describe a place where humans are kept, but they go up there, and they free who they need to free, right? They get Teslin out, they get... Ed or whatever her name is.
The E one?
Azan Daraza Souza. I can't read her name. It literally just looks like letters to me. And
that is fair.
They pull them out, and Matt sneaks away for a minute. And I was like, what's Matt doing? What's our boy Matt doing? And he goes into the Windfinder place, and he's like, hey, if you can wait 3 hours to fuck shit up,
I will take this off.
I'll take this off you, but will you promise to wait 3 hours? And I want to go back again. At the beginning of this podcast, I was like, let's go back a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
There was a couple weeks ago where I said, I don't know where this slavery storyline is going, but right now I feel a little bit concerned. But I want to see where it ends. And people got really upset about what I said in that episode, as if I didn't quantify it with, I want to see where this is going.
Yeah.
This is the moment that I needed. I needed our main character of this section, Matt, to do the right thing and to betray the moral story of what the story that we're being told is, right? Mm-hmm. Not betray it, I mean portray it, sorry.
Okay. I was like,
And so, in Matt's actions, we see the morality of where this story was going. Now, I still hold that I think that Robert Jordan over-describes it. I think he overwrites the explanation of the backstory of slavery within this world.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it is unnecessary. But I think at the end of this moment, we get to where it's headed, and I found it very satisfactory. I love this concept of, I can't save you, I can't take you with me, but I will give you the opportunity to do it yourself. And once the collar is off her, she is not like, no, Domain, I need to be collared again. No, she still has her spine. She still has her backbone. These women aren't fully broken the way that it's kind of talked about at times in the series.
Yeah.
And I love this moment so much. I am a little upset that we didn't get to see this the Windfinders fuck up. I really thought the final epilogue of this was going to be the Windfinders fucking destroy Nebudar.
Yes.
But I'll take what I can get, and I hope that it happens in the next book.
Yep. Yeah. I hope we get some kind of, even if we just get, one of the, bullshit, epilogues, people talked about that time the White Tower maybe was in siege, or maybe they had a fight, or, whatever it was at the end of last book, where I was like, this is some bullshit. Mm-hmm. I hope we actually get that for this, because none of our, main characters are there for it, and so having it as more of an aside that I can fill in the blanks in my own imagination is kind of fun.
I don't know. I want to see it. I hope we get it. I think that
we just don't have any main characters in Ebudar now. They all just left.
Who in this series is not a main character?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
In the middle of chapter 35, we cut to some random farmer on the ship because he's like, "Oh my god, look, the sphere is lit up."
Well, that's true. But that was hilarious for a moment, but then I understood why it happened.
Because in the reaction, we're both like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, I do love that Matt, definitely not ever gonna be a hero. Definitely never.
Yeah.
Couldn't be him.
So Gai'don somehow calms the Der Soldam. Matt frees the Windfinder. They go downstairs and they meet up in a room somewhere near the exit. Mm-hmm. And Tuon comes out and just goes... This was almost like when... if you've seen Firefly, the first time River Song gets out, before...
River Song?
Not River Song.
River. Just River. Yeah.
The first time River gets out, and she, before her brother can calm her down, when she just goes ape shit on Mal.
Yeah, just it annihilates everybody. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, Tuon is about to beat the shit out of Matt.
Yeah. Well, and he's injured. He's not doing too hot.
No, wait, we skipped the whole thing.
Which part?
Matt leaves the Windfinder.
Yeah. And
goes to his bedroom with Tylan.
Oh, yes.
She's back.
Tylan is back early.
She's back early.
Because they heard because of the golem, right?
No, because there's a war. Some big battle was lost.
Yeah. There's some issues that need to be resolved. So they flew back as soon as possible, and Tylan is there, and Matt is like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And Tylan is like, all right, well, I guess tie me up and leave me.
Let me teach you the art of shibari.
Yeah, literally. She's like, if you leave me here and tied up and restrained, it will seem as though I had nothing to do with it, and that will protect me. And I'm like,
Tylan gets off so fucking easy here.
Yup.
Ugh.
Yep.
Rich people get away with shit, and it pisses me off.
Yeah. That is how life works.
Wow.
But yeah, she's like, Matt's leaving no matter what. I can't.
She's very open to it. It is weird, right? Because it's played like she's ready for him to be.
She knows what she's been doing is wrong. Deep down.
Yeah.
She knows it. And when Matt is leaving, she's like, yep, this had to come about eventually. You know?
Do you think it's his Taviraness, though, that makes her more compliant?
That's tough.
Yeah.
Anything in these novels can be explained away by Taviraness, which is cool, but also is also kind of it sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
James Smith, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Calgary. As usual, I'll wash after work. Glad you guys made it safe. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. You're amazing. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Thank you, mods. Yes. May you always find water and shade. Hey.
Thank you.
I've got water. I've got eggnog and rum. And I have coffee. I'm doing good.
That is shade, basically. Yes. Thank you for that super chat.
Water and shade. Thank you for that super chat.
It's freezing cold here, but we will survive.
Yeah. So Matt, what I really like about this moment is that Matt Matt reveals the depth of his humanity here, in that he doesn't harm her in any way. He doesn't take advantage of the situation to get revenge. He genuinely does his best to leave her in as good a situation as possible.
Dirt Burb!
Dirt Burb, thank you for 10 memberships.
Thank
Holy
you
fuck.
so much. Oh my god.
What?
Thank you. That is incredibly kind. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that is remarkable. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
You guys.
And so yeah, Matt is a good person.
Yeah.
And even though he has been harmed by this woman, he is not going to harm her back.
Matt is the best person.
Matt is the best character. Not my favorite character to read. He might be the one that Robert Jordan writes the best. But I do think that Matt has the best heart in this series. Yeah. Which is gonna be I really hope they find that on the show in season 2.
Yeah.
I hope they find Matt's heart, because I think it's missing a bit in season 1.
Yeah.
I think they play the version of Matt when he gets the dagger too early, before he gets the dagger, and I hope that they find, because I'm gonna lie, without Matt, I don't think I would like this book series as much.
Yeah,
the series needs him.
Yes.
He's a lot of the light. He's a lot of the morality. He's a lot of the He's a lot of the reason to as a character get invested in what is good about this world and why they should save it.
Yeah.
That doesn't come from a lot of the other characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That side of the Wheel of Time is so rooted in Matt. I think it's why Path of Daggers is tough without him, right?
Yeah.
Because the book is missing this really important spark that is really underpinning the bonfire that is this series. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if the Wheel of Time without Matt would be as beloved.
I agree 1,000%. It's moments like these that are just that make this kind of bleak world a little more manageable, right? Because Matt's just trying to do right by everybody, even by the people who have wronged him. Yeah. And there's something just really special about that. Not everybody would do that.
Yeah, people are saying levity. He definitely is funny. He definitely brings levity, but it's not just that. It's about the it's not just the comedy that he brings. It is the emotional brightness of his character. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Despite everything, it's Matt is truly S tier character for me, and I don't know if I put him S tier when we did. Because it was only book 3 or book 4 that we did our ranking stuff. Matt is S tier forever for me. I
love him. Yeah, as a character, I love Matt so much. Which is why I think the Thailand stuff bothers me more, and why I'm so concerned about what this relationship with Tuan is going to be, because he's so important to my enjoyment of these books. Yeah. I'm anxious about what it is going to look like for him to be in this relationship with this character who is a terrible person. Yeah. Perry Wolf, thank you for that super chat. Hearing Donal Finn talk, he read the books and sounds like he'll tap into Matt's character well. He's read the books.
Good. That makes me happy.
Let's go.
I'm excited for that. Yeah, I don't think that Robert Jordan really gets into the whole Thailand grooming of it all. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily know if there's room for that, right? I think that you have to have that these moments are what they are, because that's kind of just life. You don't have a moment to think about it, especially when you're in the middle of this wild, crazy escape. Yeah. But I think that there's a lot for us to really reflect on, and that's it's nice. It's well done.
Oh, 100%. He's honestly, like, as much as I think that Perrin is the character who I feel like I relate to the most.
Yeah.
Other than him being quiet and me not. I don't feel like I relate to Matt as much. But I wish that I was more like Matt. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
I'm not. I know that that's not who I am, but I wish that I had more of that in me. And you know, maybe that's something to endeavor to, right? And maybe I think that is a call in myself to bring more lightness in the world and not, you know, I feel like much like Perrin, I feel the weight of everything. And I think that that's why I relate to Perrin so hard is because I take everything on my shoulders.
Yeah.
And you know that about me. Like I'm very much if it needs to get done, even if it's not for me, I will get it done for other people. And I feel the pressure of that a lot. And I think that I see something enviable in Matt in that I wish that I had that ability to show up for people and show empathy and kindness, but I'll also do it in a way that is just a little bit lighter on his feet than I do it.
Yeah. Hulkslayer, I'm going to say no there. Tylin and Matt were not a couple. Tylin was grooming Matt as a sex slave.
Grooming?
That is...
She wasn't grooming him.
Raping and grooming, okay?
No, she wasn't grooming him at all. There was no point where she was, like, nice to him when he was a child so that he grew up to love her.
No, but the reason that he has these, like, feelings of, like, fondness towards her is because she, like, groomed him. Like, to be her, like, pet.
That's not what grooming means. Grooming is a specific thing where you take someone who is, like, a child. And
or younger than you.
And you, like...
More naive. Matt's like, what, 19, 20?
Sure, but she never grooms him. From the very beginning, he never has a choice in anything.
Yeah.
And she doesn't, like, give him things to entice him. She forces him at... Like, that is not grooming. Grooming is when you, like, take a kid out for movies because their parents are busy. And so they, like, grow to like you so that at some point they don't understand what kind of relationship you have with them. Okay. And it gets confused, right? Because you basically, like, set them up to love you for this relationship. And so in their head, it is fully consensual, but they have not been a part of the process of it not being. They don't understand that their naivety.
Whereas
that's
with
not what
Matt,
happened with Matt.
Is not consensual at all.
She has armed men dragging him back to her bed. That's not grooming.
Yeah.
And look, grooming's awful. I'm not pro-grooming. I'm just saying, like, that's not what this is.
Just to be clear.
Like, we need to be, like, if we're going to use the language, we have to be specific about what it means.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that, like, that Matt is, like, a good person, and which is why, like, he doesn't wish ill on other people, but, like, they were not a couple.
Yasmin Gazoo says grooming is Damon and Rhaenyra. Yes. That's going to be a yes.
Yeah. God, that show's complicated.
Is it grooming if it's incest?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Oh man.
Like Matt, like breaking down and crying. I will never forget that moment. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. It's heartbreaking, and yet Matt still tries to do good by people, and that is why he is such an S tier character. And
100%.
I love him.
So after he ties her up and leaves her under the bed, he grabs his Ashandarai, a weapon that I desperately want a replica of.
I know. I want that on my wall.
I want one for our collection so bad.
Yeah.
We for those of you who don't know, we collect weapons.
Yeah.
We have a modest 4 swords, a battle axe, and 7 lightsabers,
and a bow.
And
it's
a
fine.
bow.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Nicholas Reed says if it's incest, it's basically always grooming. You know what? Fair.
Yeah.
Unless they're the same age.
Yeah. I think like there has to be that either age or awareness.
Yeah, the maturity gap.
Yeah. That's the word.
So they go downstairs. Then we get to Tuon's Jackie Chan moment. That eggnog. Ooh.
Yeah, she's sticky.
She's sticky. So they fight Tuon. At which point Selusha. So Matt wins the fight barely, and he's about. Doesn't Matt win the fight?
No. Tuon wins the fight. Matt's hip gives out, and Noel saves him.
Noel wins the fight.
Right. Noel wins the fight.
You're right. You're right. I was trying to skip ahead to my favorite moment in this, where Selusha shows up and is like, "Please don't hurt the daughter of the 9 moons."
I will do anything. Yeah.
Which is like a weird thing to yell out in that moment, to be like, "I'm gonna full title her."
I'm gonna full title her.
To which, no, everybody's like, why did you just say her whole title? And Matt goes,
and that is like,
that's my wife!
My wife!
That's my... Wait, everybody stop, that's my wife. And people are like, what the fuck
Be like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. It's illegal.
He's like, no, it's my wife. Kidnap her. That's my wife. Kidnap her. Let's get out of here. We've got to kidnap my wife.
Yeah.
So this is where it ends. It just ends here with Matt kidnapping his own wife, who's not his wife yet. You can't, like... You can say, like, married, future wife, but, like, you're not married yet. All right? You're not even engaged.
Yeah.
Chill. How the fuck do they get her out?
We're gonna find out. I guess.
I know, because I think the next book they're just gonna have gotten through the gate. But like, how do they get the daughter of the? No one's gonna notice them having one of the blood tied up in the back of the cart.
Well, I guess they're gonna like hide her under like sacks or something. Like, I don't know. 'Cause here's the thing, like Gai'don is of the blood, right? So people are not gonna like question, like look too hard into it. Eric,
you know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Welcome back to the nerd table. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining.
Yeah. The Gai'don of it all makes it
much
more believable. But yeah, I think that is going to be a read and find out for sure.
I love that Selusha is so determined to be there for her that she's like, you can kidnap me too. I'll do what you say as long as you don't hurt her. I'm coming.
I will be there to protect her no matter what. And I love that Matt's like, that's my wife, and Tuon is like, what the fuck is going on here?
Do you think that Tuon has a prophecy? Like, do you think that Tuon also knows that she's meant to marry a Randlander?
Or she thinks Matt's just got the best ass she's ever seen? Because that is a plot point.
Maybe she intended to marry a lord of Randland. Like, maybe part of Tuon's idea of the return is that she was going to, like, take over and marry... Like, maybe her intention is to marry someone high up on this side of the world in order to, like, to marry into power on this.
Okay, to me it would feel like the blood would be, like, almost, like, tainting themselves in that way.
What do you mean?
Like,
they made Tylan a member of the blood last chapter.
Yeah, but they made Tylan a member of the blood. Like, I think that, like, they would, like, maybe if they made them a member of the blood. But, like, yeah, there's a very weird, like, what you are and aren't allowed to do within the Ascension that I definitely still don't understand. Michael, thank you for that super chat. Matt's fight, flight, marry, kill instinct is a little rusty. Fair. You know, how many times do you end up in that situation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Baka Karn says Lord is a little low in station for an empress. If you, maybe. I don't know that they care about that so much. I think she wants someone.
She's not the empress.
I think her idea of value versus what like a queen in Randland's idea of value in a husband is probably very different, right?
Yeah, but she's not the empress. We just know that
she's
she is
the daughter of the empress.
We just know she's important.
No, she's the heir to the throne. Matt screams it at her. I don't know how Matt knows that she's the heir to the throne.
I don't know how Matt knows either.
But
that was
weird. She's the heir to the crystal throne.
I don't understand that. Like, does Matt know that, or is he just guessing?
No, she is.
How?
I don't know how Matt knows it. I do find that confusing. Did the Aelfin tell him that? I just thought they said he would marry the daughter of the Nine Moons. Like, yeah, I don't know. That was very confusing. Yeah, I don't really know where... Oh, maybe he... No. Oh, my God. Wait, no. Maybe one of his past lives he was a Sanchin. You think so? Why not? He has memories from hundreds of past lives, right? He might have a memory of Sanchinness. Yeah, maybe that was just a memory, like, seeping through or something. But yeah, I did find that very strange. I was like, how the fuck does he know? And then she smiles and makes it fucking weird. She is my wife! Yeah, I love that Solution's like, you can't say that. You cannot. And he doesn't care. He's my wife! I'm not harm your mistress. Does he say... I don't know. What do you mean? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, heir to the Sanchin throne. How does the fuck does Matt know that? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Scringy says Matt has been living in a Sanchin-occupied city for weeks. Yeah, but they wouldn't be talking about the Daughter of the Nine Moons because they're trying to keep it a secret that she's there, right?
Yeah, this is the first time Daughter of the Nine Moons has been said. Otherwise, Matt would have heard about it, right?
I don't like the answer being, oh, it's something he heard off page in the last few weeks.
No, that feels
weird
too contrived. I think Robert Jordan is better than that.
I think that him just hearing it, I don't know. I don't love that.
No. It's got to be something else.
That is a weird explanation in my view of how he found out. I would prefer it be his past lives.
Yeah. I feel like that does Robert Jordan a disservice to be like, oh yeah, he heard about it maybe somewhere by somebody. Like,
but that is the end of Matt.
That is. They gallop off into the sunset. But yeah, the whole...
Oh, actually, I guess he's been asking about the daughter. Yeah, no, I actually like Sysax. He's been asking about the daughter of the Nine Moons all over the place. I actually, that does kind of make sense, right?
I thought...
He's been asking about it for books. At some point, one of the Sancho would be like...
No, he only asks the women that he fucks. He's like, wait, Daughter of the Nine Moons? And they're like, no. And then he, like, has sex with them. I didn't think he was, like, going around being like, has anyone heard of the Daughter of the Nine Moons? Like, that I don't know. That seems strange.
Typhonus, thank you for joining the Nargs.
Welcome back to the Nerd Table.
Matt doesn't have memories before the Trolloc Wars and after Arthur Hawkwing, so he can't have been a Sanchin?
Right.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, no. His memories are, like, his past lives have been, like, more spread out. There hasn't been anything from the, since Arthur Hawkwing's time. That's why he remembers the, like, geography of places different and things had different names entirely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, his past lives go back way further, I believe.
All right. Well, that's the end of Matt for this week. Y'all, we're done with him. We'll see you in...
I don't know.
Crossroads of Twilight is the next book.
Hopefully, dear God, please, he better be in that.
We'll see him on the cot.
Yeah.
So that'll be... Oh my God, we're not going to read about Matt again until 2023.
We could go... No, because we can't. We have to do
the full book recap.
I was like, we could go start reading.
We can read about him on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
We'll do a casual New Year's Eve read. We might have to plug that computer in soon.
No, we're doing a New Year's Eve stream. I don't know what that's going to be, but...
Oh, yeah.
We'll figure that out. And we'll let people know. All right, gotta plug the computer back in. So if the fan starts going again, I'm sorry.
The Finn memories are, and his other memories are all from Manetheren. Philip, that's not true though, because
not all of them.
No, that's not true, because he has the memories of the Sea Folk.
Yeah.
So they can't all be from Manetheren. He has like
no, they're not all.
He has intimate knowledge
of the Sea Folk.
The Sea Folk culture that can't have been from a Randland life. So I think it is entirely possible that he has Sea Folk memory, that he has Sancho memories.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Eric, welcome back to the Nerd Table.
Eric Runge, thank you for that. The portal never crossed the ocean, so no memories from Sanchin. I don't know what that means.
The portal? You mean like
I don't know what the portal is.
Flicker?
Flicker's not where he has the memories from.
That's not where he got the memories from. He got the memories from the Elfin people. Yeah. Well, you know what?
In Ruidian.
We will read and we will find out.
Yeah.
RAFO.
Rand is at the Golden Wheel. We're in formatting again. Yeah. And he's still trying to kill some of those dirty Ashaman boys. Y'all, if you're an hour and a half in and you're like almost through all the chapters, yeah, we're leaving a lot of time for the final chapter.
There's gonna be lots.
Yeah, we're trying to push through a little bit because the stuff we want to talk about is the end. Actually, before we get into Rand, how do you feel? Just quickly, how do you feel about the end of Matt's storyline for this book?
It's great. I think that like, it kind of gets a little bit overshadowed by the finale, but like I liked where it ended off. I liked the reveal. I think that having Matt have these emotional moments and like by freeing people and kind of like stirring shit up, like I think that there's a lot there that was great.
Can I be honest about something?
Yeah.
I really wish chapter 14 wasn't in this book. I would cut the entirety of chapter 14.
What's chapter 14? It's
the chapter where Tuon is on the boat and we get the like daughter of the Nine Moons and we're like, oh my god, that's the woman Matt's gonna marry. I wish you I'm saying cut that whole chapter because all of the domain information in that chapter is in Belthamine's chapter later anyway.
That's true.
You don't have to do all that information twice. And the daughter of the Nine Moons moment happens for us and Matt at the same time. As opposed to spending all of that time with Tuon already knowing what the reveal was. So when Matt finds out, we're like, yeah, you idiot. I just wish chapter 14 wasn't in the book.
That's fair.
Because finding out that... I wish that we found out with Matt that Tuon was the daughter of the Nine Moons instead of finding out so much earlier than him.
Huh. I didn't think about that, but that actually that would have been fun.
I would have preferred it that way, but
yeah, no, that's fair. I think having that moment of being like, whoa, at the same time as Matt would have had a little would have been more like connected, as opposed to us knowing way before him. But yeah,
Nicodemus, you're not catching the tailwind. We're only halfway through.
Yeah, don't you worry about that. Interesting. I like it.
Nemsy says it's operating as dramatic irony. It is operating as dramatic irony, but there's no drama to it.
Yeah, like, we just know that Tuon's like following him around and that's it. Like,
we already know that Matt is marrying the daughter of the Nine Moons, so we already have enough dramatic irony for the scene to play out in a fun way.
Yeah.
It's dramatic irony without any payoff, really. Whereas I feel like if you reveal that information along with Matt... Like, I don't think knowing that Tuon is the daughter of the Nine Moons makes it the fact that she's stalking him more interesting, because we also don't know why. So I don't feel like it's a good use of dramatic irony. It is dramatic irony. I just don't think it's a particularly strong use of the concept. And I think that it robs us being able to have a moment with our protagonist character of this section where we get to feel like we're on the journey with him because of it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Daughter of the 9 Bill mummies?
What?
I don't know. Pie Pepper guy's just posting some shit.
I don't know what that means.
All right. So Rand is like listening in. He's trying to find these boys who tried to kill him.
Yeah, and then he gets a letter.
He does. He gets a letter.
And Min is like, it's a trap. And Rand is like, yeah, but it's not a trap if you know it's a trap. And I was like...
It's still a trap.
Well, that's that really... okay, sure. Whatever you say, Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
I also love that Pat and Fane is just writing Rand love letters now.
I guess you could call it a love letter.
In Pat and Fane's mind, I think it is. I think that
he probably sees it that way.
Yeah, because he sees it as the only real battle here is him and Rand. There's no one else.
He does not give a shit about anything else. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Oh my god.
They basically that's all that really happens in this chapter. They basically just talk about the girls went out with Cadsuane. They hung out. And we get to the reveal that Nynaeve now has... that Cadsuane knows what the Terangrial that Nynaeve has are.
Yeah.
And Nynaeve has what is called a well. And I was like, why would you... this must be important to the rest of this book, because why would you introduce this new kind of Terangrial this late in the game?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert,
it's very
immediately important.
Yeah, we need it immediately.
I'm gonna push this away from the mic.
I know.
I think that might help.
I know. I don't know why the fan is like that loud.
I know, it's egregious.
Sorry, y'all. We're doing our best.
Hopefully that helps. Pat and Fane is thirsting for Rand. That is true.
Yes, very thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole it's a trap, but it's not a trap because we know it's a trap and we suspect that it's a trap. That's silly. But
Rand has a conversation with Varen, and Varen is like, "Look, if you apologize and you go to Cadsuane and say you're going to behave, she'll be your advisor." Which, like, but whatever. It is what it is. This Cadsuane Rand relationship sucks. It's not good. It doesn't make any sense. And yes, Cadsuane does something at the end of this book, but like this is another moment of her being like, well, you know, Cadsuane is very traditional, so you have to do whatever she says because... And I'm like, fuck, I just like... Rand isn't a child and Cadsuane isn't the only adult in the room.
Yeah. Cadsuane is...
She gets significantly better after this conversation.
Yes, exactly. And to be fair, this is like from like Varen. This is coming from Varen, so like whatever. But yeah, we have some new toys for the Aes Sedai.
We do, yes. So we have wells. We find out that Nynaeve has Ongriels and a well. Yeah. Oh, and she has a bracelet that can block fireballs.
Yeah.
We don't find that out until the fight, but
dissipates or like unweaves or like dissolves in some manner, which was very cool. But yeah, that was a bit later on.
And she has a ring with a pale green stone that can detect someone channeling.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's funny. As soon as I read this, that there was like a belt. For those of you who have read Aragon,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, shit, that idea wasn't unique. God damn it. Because that's one of my things that I love about Aragon is the idea that like gemstones can hold like life energy and life force. And I was like, wow, that's like so cool. And there's like the belt that that has 12 diamonds in it.
Yeah.
That can store a lot of energy. Now it is slightly different, right? It's not that there's like a source that like gets shut off, but you can access it where things are like shut off. It is just extra like energy to make you more powerful, like a Dangra. But the fact that it was like a belt was just like very funny to me. I was like, oh, I see where that came from.
Yeah. Nemsi says, wait, you don't like Varen? No, I love Varen. I don't like Cat Swain. And this conversation about Cat Swain with Varen I don't like. But that's not Varen's fault. It's the fact that Cat Swain sucks. I don't have my Cat Swain sucks shirt with me in Calgary, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean that Cat Swain doesn't suck. I want to be very clear about that.
Of course.
So he gets this letter. I know who you are and I wish you well. But I also wish you gone from Formatting. The Dragon Reborn leaves death and destruction where he steps. I know why you are here too. You killed Rachaid, and Kismin also is dead. Torval and Gedwin are taking the top floor above a bootmaker named Zoram on Blue Carp Street, just above the Ilion Gate. Kill them and go, and leave Formatting in peace. So, Patton Fane just loves Formatting, I guess. He just
has like the welfare of Formatting in his heart, you know. He's like, Rand shouldn't be here. This is for the sake of the people.
Did you immediately know that this was Patton Fane?
I thought that was like kind of the more obvious choice because we know that Fane like killed. I mean, it's implied that Fane with his like poison dagger killed.
Interesting. I thought it was Demandred.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought Demandred was leading Rand into a trap, or it was Mazrim Taim. I thought it was going to be one of the two.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I thought it was going to be either a Forsaken or I think Mazrim Taim at this point is basically a Dreadlord, right? I think that's what they were called in the Age of Legends.
Yeah, I guess so.
I did not assume Patton Fane, just because in my mind, if Patton Fane knew where he was, Patton Fane would attack him. Patton Fane's never been really like one to stand back. He kind of rushes forward and just stabs. So, I definitely was more on the, like, oh, it's either Demandred or the Mihail.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but it wasn't. And so Lan is like, all right, we're going to go do bro stuff. We're going to go kill those boys. And Nynaeve goes with them. And Min doesn't, because Min is like, no, this is dumb. And guess what? It was dumb.
Yeah. I love that they thought that Nynaeve, like, using the one power in the middle of a city that you can't use the one power in wouldn't draw attention.
Yeah. Especially because, well, actually...
Like, get a ladder!
Nynaeve never went to the palace, so she didn't see the channeling detector.
Did she not?
No, because she's not with Cat Swain. She came in with Rand. So she doesn't know about the big disc of anti-channel detection.
Oh, yeah, I guess she doesn't know about that. No, but they've been spending time with Cad Swain.
Yeah.
Over the past couple days, so I guess maybe she didn't know about it, but she should have.
Yeah, and so they go to the bootmaker. They do a little scoping out. Rand buys a meat pie from a guy to ask the quality of the character of the bootmaker, because he likes when his shoes are made by nice people who aren't suspicious.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. So they go behind the bootmaker. And Nynaeve, like, lifts them up.
With the power.
With the power.
Couldn't have found a ladder, but that's fine.
Well, no, that would be more suspicious. This is much faster. But I found this so funny because I was like, wow, this it's the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow, this alley must be super discreet. But then Nynaeve goes down. Once they're up, Nynaeve goes down to the end of the alley and is like looking at beads at some like seller's place and is like peeking down the alley to see if they're there. And I'm like, this alley cannot be that discreet. Like,
I guess it's not.
I just found this whole plan very funny. So they end up in the attic. Much like a movie we watched last night, Violent Night, reaction coming on Christmas Day. Enjoy that. Surprise. That's right. We got 2 Christmas reactions. Klaus tomorrow and Violent Night on Sunday. It's going to be crazy. Happy holidays. And so Rand and Lan, they get in the attic, and they're looking down, and what's down there? Dead bodies.
Yeah.
And so rather than leaving immediately because there's dead bodies,
they decide to investigate, I guess.
No, it makes sense, because Rand sees Padan Fain, right? And Rand does not want Padan Fain to get away.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? Padan Fain gave him one of the wounds that never heals.
Yeah.
He's a source of evil in the world. He's someone that has to be destroyed.
He fucked up the 2 rivers, and, he's got to get payback for that.
Here's my question for you, though. I feel like Padan Fain made a big mistake here, in that he laid a trap, which was that Rand and Lan were going to have to fight the Ashaman. And I thought Padan Fain was going to, or I thought it was going to be Demandred, but now that I know it's Padan Fain, I thought, in my mind, I'm like, Padan Fain, you have them fight each other, and then you get them at the end when they're tired, right? But Padan Fain leaving the dead bodies there, like, there's nothing for them to be distracted by. Suddenly they get to fight Padan Fain straight up.
Yeah, I don't know if Padan Fain knew that they were, like, on their way, like, that they were so close.
He sent them a letter saying where they were.
No, I mean, the Dark Friends. The Ashaman.
Oh, you think he was, like, chilling there waiting for Rand, and they came home first?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think maybe the timing just didn't work out in his favor.
That makes sense. Father Jerusalem says Violent Night looks so awful. I can't wait, yo. Violent Night's one of my favorite movies of the year. No joke. It's so good.
Much better than I expected.
It is
sure.
As long as you're okay with violence and gore, it's so fucking good. Violent Night, literally top 5 movie of the year for me.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, that's not a joke. You'll see in the reaction, I fucking loved it. It's so fucking good.
I do think that, like, Fain was kind of just like, I think Fain is clever when it comes to manipulating other people. I think that Fain loses it a little bit when it comes to Rand. Because of that weird, like, pull connection that he has, I think that it leaves him a little, like, almost, like, nonsensical. Like, he loses it a little bit when he's, like, near Rand or when it's about Rand.
I just wanted Rand to spin around and have Pain come on him from behind.
Wow.
I stole that from chat.
We're never going to live that one down. That one is going to be eternal. That will live on in our hearts.
I might have missed it. Does Lan kill Riatin?
Excuse me.
I felt like the POV was so maybe someone in chat caught it.
The sword, the heron marked.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yes.
He does kill him.
I mean, it's not like I saw him kill him. It's that Lan walked through cleaning his sword, and so it's clear who won that dance.
Cool.
So yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
It is very.
Cool.
It is. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad Lan is still undefeated.
Yeah.
That's
Lan
my boy.
undefeated, best boy.
Best boy.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. And his stupid sword.
Padan Fain escapes again because can't kill Padan Fain, I guess. And they get back up to the roof, and then Lan slips. An uncommon slip from Lan Mandragoran.
There you go.
Yep. And he falls, and Rand catches him, and they're hanging, just 2 bros hanging out until they fall, and
just hanging out. And then there's a bunch of soldiers, so they get taken captive.
Yeah. In the place where you definitely don't want to get taken captive. You fucked up.
Yeah, they put Rand in a box.
And here's what sucks about this, right? Because now we know Padan Fain would have killed the Ashaman anyway. So I guess Riatin's dead. There's one less bad Heron Mark Blade Master out in the world.
That's nice.
But Rand doesn't get a lot out of this, and he gets to be put into his PTSD hole.
The wind does not come until the end of the book. This is definitely was a bit of an L for Rand. But it all works out.
Kind of though. But here's the problem: is that again, it's like Rand, but still the 2 Ashaman are dead and Riatin's dead. So like Padan Fain got away.
I also don't think Rand is gonna be able to be the one who kills Padan Fain because of the wound.
No, I think he's going to kill Padan Fain, and the wound will go away when Padan Fain dies.
No, but he can't even stay on his feet around him because the wound is so awful. Like I genuinely think that someone else is gonna have to take care of Fain, and I don't know who that's gonna be, but it just seems like Rand is a little fucked when it comes to Padan Fane. You know?
Ooh, Ildrum says they also later refer to 3 murders. No, but isn't the 3rd murder the black boated body of... Oh, that's why I missed it, because when I read the 3 murders line, I thought it meant the 2 in the building and Casino. Not what was his name?
Torum?
No, I was thinking of Kisman, not Kasim. God, I'm so fucking dyslexic. Kisman, that's who I was thinking of, was the 3rd murder. I wasn't thinking of Riatin, but that makes sense.
Yeah, so I guess they are definitely all dead.
Which is good.
It's good.
How did Padan Fane escape, though? Hundreds of people coming down on him.
Wily, I don't know.
Do you think that he has some ability to travel?
Not travel, but I have a feeling he, like, almost has, like, a gray man, like...
He can definitely use the ways, and I think that that's how he's getting around now.
Yeah, but he just seems to be very good at going unnoticed, somehow. So...
No, see, I hear someone in Farmatting started up a true crime podcast about the murders. Wait, can we get Only Murders in Farmatting?
Only Murders in Farmatting.
A spin-off of the Steve Martin Short, Selena Gomez show?
I love that. I love that for us.
That is so funny.
Uh-huh.
An investigative report on the murders in Farmatting is such a funny idea. Like, it would be such a huge project.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be expensive. But, like, God, that is so funny.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So
I've never listened to a true crime podcast, so I
have Dr. Death. It fucked me up.
Oh, I was like, okay.
It's about about a spinal surgeon who I guess it doesn't matter if this is offline, if that's still online.
Yeah, it looks like we're still...
Yeah, we're good. CSI Farmatting, that's very funny. But the problem is that there would only be, like, 1 episode every, like, 3 years.
Yeah, that is... Okay, it seems like it's fine now. That was weird. I was worried that we lost him for a sec, but I think we're okay.
Yeah, and so, Nynaeve is outside, and the girls catch up to her. Cat Swain is like, you dum-dums, you fucked up.
You channeled in format, really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't know that it would be a problem. It's like, well...
Okay, I mean, you kind of maybe should have known.
Oh, Nynaeve, you think you're
Yeah.
smarter than everybody, and you're not. Granted, Cat Swain also thinks that, and she's also not, but whatever, we'll get to that. So we cut to Rand. Rand is in a box, and it's not good.
He's losing it a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. I thought Rand was gonna go full mad here.
Me too.
I was like, oh, this is the moment.
Yeah.
This is the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Putting Rand in a box like this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
He's fine, though. Like, weirdly, he's fine.
He's fine. But I definitely thought that this was going to go far worse
Yeah.
than it did.
I was really freaked out here.
Yeah.
Although, actually, we haven't seen... No, you know what? He might not be. I think we won't know till next book how he is doing. Because I think that in the final chapter, he has a goal, and then he's just channeling the whole time, so we don't really get a lot of perspective of him for the rest of the book.
Yeah.
So I do wonder, like, how much sex Min is going to have with him to, like, bring him back to reality. But...
If anyone can do it, she can.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he's fine because his actions in the final chapter aren't madness. They make sense. But the more I think about it, actually, we don't really get a lot of his emotional perspective. We really only get his, like, we have to do this thing.
Yeah. I think that that's going to be definitely a problem in the next book, but we don't get to really see it at all at the end of this one.
Yeah,
he does the thing that he has to get done, and that's it. Reading
this chapter is brutal. Like, Rand is not in a good place mentally, and I don't know that there's going to be a therapist in Randland who can help him with it.
No, I don't think so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so basically, Cat Swain is like, all right, so we're going to get Rand out, don't worry. And she basically walks up to the leader, queen, whatever.
The 13 councils.
Yeah. Basically walks up to her and is like, you're going to let Rand go.
She keeps being like, I hate to have to break this woman. And I was like, oh my God, Cat Swain is just going to bully her again.
Spank her.
And I was like, preparing my eye roll. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, she's just going to be a brute. And then she's not. And it was nice. It was nice to see Cat Swain use another tactic. I actually was like, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Cat Swain tried something different. Granted, she breaks all of formatting basically with her actions here. But it's not straight up bullying. It's more creative and more intelligent than that. And I was like, fuck yeah, Cat Swain, let's go. This is actually like, this is the kind of like crafty, manipulative moves I want her to make. Because this makes her seem more intelligent. She
Absolutely.
has a goal. She uses what she wants to get it done. As opposed to...
she hurts the least amount of people to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
As opposed to her previous actions where... Are you going to come and say hi?
I'm ready.
All right. Everyone, before we get into the final chapter, my mom's going to come say hi. Here, you guys sit. I'll just disappear for a second.
Oh,
Say
it's
hello.
so low. I'm in David's chair.
Oh,
here.
yeah. It's
This
gonna
way?
Be, it's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. Say hello.
Merry Christmas,
This is my mom.
to
everyone.
book club.
She's
like
the one
the
who
hat.
overpoured the rum.
Happy Wheel of Time.
Yes, very strong.
I
You
don't
say
know.
Taishar.
Taishar.
There you go.
Thank you for supporting the babes. They love it so much. They love their community. They talk about you all the time.
These are all
That's
of our
true.
friends.
Our
Yeah.
friends. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Merry
then-
Christmas.
Thanks for letting
Have
us
a good one.
take over your basement.
I love it.
Thank you for letting us, like, turn this room into a studio for the week.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm back.
All right.
Bye, Mom. Thank you for the rum. That was a nice little diversion.
Mostly rum. Yeah. I'm struggling with it.
I'm helping.
I know. Thank you.
I'm a little drunk, though. This was basically just, like,
That was
probably
basically
2
just
ounces of rum.
Rum. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I just haven't eaten anything, so it's, like, going to my head really fast because of the lights.
That's why I'm taking it real slow. Michael, thank you for that super chat.
Yeah.
Yes. We
Yeah.
love Nerdy's mom. She's the best.
Yeah, we're fans.
We're fans.
We're fans.
Oh my goodness.
So, we have, Cat Swain. Cat Swain has her own little well, and Nynaeve has a well. And so, while Elias is like, yeah, we're not going to do that, and then Cat Swain is like, yeah, but I have Ashaman. And then Cat Swain channels, but she's allowing everyone in the room to think that it's the Ashaman, because people aren't really scared of Aes Sedai because of the Three Oaths, but everyone is scared of the Ashaman.
Yeah.
So she channels, and all she does is pull the circlet off of her head, floats it onto the ground.
Yeah.
And then when Elias is like, then Nynaeve uses her power as well and floats it back onto her head.
Yep.
And that little
And
gesture.
That's all
they
it took. All it took.
need. That little gesture is all they needed for the first council to go, fuck.
Exactly.
Take him, please leave. Just get the fuck out
Take
of
Rand,
formatting.
get
Just
out.
please leave.
Never come back. Ian Flynn, thank you for that.
Never come back here again.
Thank you for that super chat.
Hi,
We
Shark
appreciate
Calgary.
it. Yeah. She's the best. Nerdy's mom to explain high-low.
Oh, that's funny. I wish the camera cord was longer. I'd run upstairs and show you guys the dining room table where we did high-low at.
Yes, where the high-low was born.
And so, Rand is freed. Sometimes when we finish books, I go look at, like, reviews of the books. Because I'm curious how people feel about them.
Yeah.
And I read an interesting review that was, like, I really wanted to like the end of Winter's Heart, but I didn't love that Rand basically suffers consequences for his actions and then is just immediately saved so quickly in the next chapter, only to fight another battle. And I do kind of get that. I feel like this has happened twice now. In the battle where Padfane wounds him into fighting Samael, so 2 books ago, and then the end of this book has kind of the same structure as that, of the like Rand is gonna have this big fight where he gets wounded, but don't worry, it doesn't matter in the final chapter.
Yeah.
You know, he talks about how tired he is, and he still goes and beats Samael in that chapter. There is a little bit of that here, and I can understand that complaint. I didn't feel that as much, but reading that, I was like, yeah, there is sort of a weird thing to there.
I get that.
Yeah, there's something there.
It didn't really stick out to me, but like I do understand.
If you feel that way, I do get it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and so we cut to chapter 35 with the Chode and Khal.
It's our favorite Chode, the one of a kind Chode.
Yes, it is a one of a kind Chode. We start with Rand. They're on the bridge. They're leaving. They get to pass weapons checks without having their weapons checked. because the councils just want them gone.
Burn them from the records.
Yeah.
Forget their faces.
They were never here.
They were never here.
Which definitely helps them.
Yeah.
Opal, thank you so much. Happy Festivus, guys.
Thank you.
I'm really glad you're doing what you're doing every week and never miss book club, even if this is the first one I've made it to live. Welcome to a live book club. Opal, we appreciate that super chat. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you for being here and happy holidays.
And so they cross the bridge. They get out of town really quick. They go into the woods, and Rand is like, I left Kalendor here on the ground.
I found that a little bit silly.
It's the most powerful thing on the planet, but I just left it on the ground here.
Yeah, but I don't know, whatever. It's fine. It needed to be there, I guess.
I'm like, Rand, you have like 20 castles. Like it's just because he can travel, he could have put it anywhere.
Here's the thing: in a random bush, it's not likely going to be found. But I
just thought it was funny. I was like, he could have just gone back to Tyr and just put it back in the stone. You know what I mean? Like there's
but
just.
No, they gave it to Narishma.
Oh no, I'm saying they could have gotten it back from anywhere.
Oh.
But because we didn't see him go into formatting. He could have left Kalendor literally anywhere on the planet. Yeah. But he left it like within a walk of the gate. Just.
Yeah, it was fine. It made me chuckle.
It made me laugh.
Like, all right, fine.
I was like, I guess, yeah, you can put it wherever.
You're the Dragon Reborn. You get to do whatever you want, I guess.
It was buried. I know, but it's the most powerful. Like,
yeah, it's still not something that you just like leave lying around. You know, that would give me anxiety for sure. I would not be able to stop thinking about that if I just left it.
He just is
somewhere.
He is a man who has safe spaces he can leave things. And I just thought it was really funny that he left it in like the most.
Let the man bury his sword in the bush if he wants to.
And within walking distance of formatting.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because everyone's like, where the fuck are we going? And he's like, oh no, I left Kalendor in this bush over here.
We gotta go get Kalendor, and then we're gonna go to Shadar Logoth because why not?
Because I'm going to cure the taint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What better place to do it, I guess.
And Cat Swain doesn't try and stop him.
No.
Everyone's on board.
Is like,
all right. Shall we talk about this battle? Guys, it might take us the rest of we're at 2 hours now. It might take us an hour to get through this.
It probably will.
Because there's.
Yeah.
Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, sorry,
8,
we
9,
arrived at
10,
Smut Corner
11,
early.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 20 point of views in this chapter.
Now, some of them are the same, but yeah.
Yeah, I think, 20 POV shifts in this chapter.
Yes.
I really liked the chaotic nature of the switching POVs here. I thought that it enhanced this battle a lot.
I agree. The first time it happened, I was kind of like, the fuck? But then I understood it.
My one quibble with it is that I didn't always know who was who on the opposite side.
Yeah.
And some of these Aes Sedai, some of these Aes Sedai, I don't know well enough to care about their sadness. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I know, like, the one girl, Eben dies. I don't really know Eben that well. And his Aes Sedai is sad about it because they're in love or they're bonded or whatever.
Even though she's a dark friend?
I don't know her, so I don't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, and she's a dark friend, which we learned. There's a lot of reveals, so let's get into it. Rand opens a gateway a few miles north of Shadar Logoth on a hill. And everyone pours out. He gets ready to channel. Mm-hmm. And he gives Nynaeve the female chode so that he has the male chode.
As you do, as one does.
And Cadsuane proves why she is Cadsuane Sedai.
Yes.
She gets everybody ready, right? She pairs people up. Oh, Katarina, thank you so much for the chat.
Katarina, thank you. Only because I'm sick and home from work that I could catch the live, so looking forward to listening to the audio reaction after this. Katarina, thank you for that super chat. I'm sorry that you're feeling sick, but we are happy to have you here.
And I hope you're sick on many Friday mornings in the future.
Wow. Sick, yeah.
So Cadsuane teams people up. She sends Olivia to Nynaeve to get the Tarangriels and Ongriels from Nynaeve.
Yeah, because Nynaeve's not going to need them, right?
Yeah, and Olivia isn't going to be in any of the circles. Everyone is getting circled up into teams.
Olivia is her own circle because she's a fucking badass.
Well, and Olivia is a trained, like, of the people there, Olivia's the only trained fighter.
Some of them are greens, but yeah.
But not in the same way, right? Like
Sure, for
Olivia
sure.
knows Olivia is more dangerous a combatant than any green in the White Tower, right?
Yeah.
Partially because she can be. She's not held back by the oaths at all.
Yeah.
Which gets into like a weird question that we had in the reaction, which is if an Aes Sedai who is held by the oaths links with an Ashaman, can that Ashaman use her power to fight someone who isn't a dark friend?
We don't know. Ariza, thank you for that super chat. We appreciate it.
Message redacted.
You got it.
Thank you for that redacted super chat.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Can they use? Yeah, can they be involved in a circle? And can they be in control of it, or can they not be in control of it? Like, I have questions. That I don't think we really got answered.
Because that could be very important for the final battle.
Yeah.
That could be huge. If the Aes Sedai can't really fight everybody, but they can link up with Ashaman they're bonded to, and the Ashaman can use their power to fight people, right? Like, that's...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so if the Ashman is holding the circle, then I guess they can still use the power.
Guys, the difference between Olivia and the rest is that she's 600 years old and has been putting down rebellions for 600 years.
That is true, yes.
She has been a weapon attuned to putting down rebellions that involve other domains. She's the only person there who has fought other channelers for 600 years. Like, Cat Swain has, overpowered some male channelers in her time, sure. Yeah. But none of them have fought in a war the way that Olivia has for her, for over a half a millennium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Olivia has the upper hand here for sure. But Cat Swain kind of takes charge and delegates.
Olivia might be more experienced than any of the Forsaken because they were asleep for those 3,000 years. We don't actually know how old any of them were when they were put to rest.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why Olivia holds her fucking own against...
Fucking... Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
First point of view. So Rand and Nynaeve start to channel. And basically his plan is to squeeze saidin through a tube that spurts off the taint to the side and then shoot the taint off of the tube to Shadar Logoth so that Mashadar and the taint fight each other so that they kill each other, cleansing the taint off of saidin. Now, why he thinks this is going to work, I have no fucking clue.
No idea.
But God, is it a fucking cool concept.
It's fucking rad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I do not know how you came to this conclusion, but I'm here for it.
So, saidar is the tube that you squeeze saidin through so that the taint gets thrown at the Mashadar so that those things fight.
Yeah.
And I love that it's the moment from the Bryan Cranston Godzilla movie when Ken Watanabe is his name, right? He, walks out... And I just picture him being Cat Swain in this moment, and Mashadar and the Taint are punching each other in the face, and he's like, "Let them fight."
Sure.
It's a cool moment. Godzilla's about to go fight the Mutos, and he's like, "Let them fight." It's one of the best lines in that whole film, and that's what I pictured in the Mashadar Taint fight here.
I love it. Rantamore, thank you for that super chat. Olivia is a grade A baddie. That
grade
is correct.
A baddie. She's a baddie. She's also 600, so and probably a virgin. 600's a weird time to lose your virginity, but it's never too late.
Yeah, it happens to all of us, mostly.
And she would fuck. She's going to fuck like crazy because she's been so repressed her whole life.
Yeah. Once she realizes,
it's gonna be like when what are they called it's not Ashaman.
The Amish.
The Amish. Thank you. When Amish go on Rumspringa and they do crystal meth for a week. And because they get out of that oppression and they go so far to the other side. And they can do
whatever they want.
Olivia's going to, find, the red light district.
Yeah. 100%.
Olivia's going to try every drug. She's going to drink every drink.
Yeah.
She's about to live the best 3 weeks of her life.
Yeah, I'm excited for Olivia.
Yeah.
She needs her own Rumspringa. Topher, thank you for that super chat. The genesis of this idea, how the two wounds fight cancel one another out.
They don't seem to cancel each other. They seem to just cause him pain together. Oh, you're saying that he got the idea for how to do this from his own wounds. I like that. That's a cool... Yeah, okay. I'm into that.
I could see that. That is the only logical thing that I could think of, because I was like, I don't know where Rand got this idea, but I'm into it.
Arzu Kashefpor, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super
Flynn and
chat.
Rand's wound, he made the two evils fight each other. The bad thing about this is that Rand's the battlefield. Same concept, but Shadar Logoth is the battlefield. Yeah, 100%.
Gotcha.
Ian
Okay.
Flynn,
Ian, thank you.
as much as I do love this chapter, I would have liked Rand to have needed to practice with Saidar a bit first, but I guess Taviran. I don't know. The moment where he like realizes that Saidar, you need to surrender, and he does, is cool. And I get that it's weird that he does it so quickly, but it's worth it for the moment where Robert Jordan writes the hard thing about it is surrendering to Saidar and fighting Saidin at the same time.
Yeah, we get this like really fascinating POV, and I agree. Yeah, he does figure it out pretty quick, but I'm happy that we actually get to see him figure it out,
Yeah.
and how it works and what to do, because he's told that you have to surrender, and he doesn't understand. He's like, I didn't understand it until I was there, until I felt it. Like I had no way of understanding this concept.
Yeah.
Until I was a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's scary. You need people who can adapt, and Rand can adapt.
Do you think that, like, in our timeline, it's really easy for the French to be Aes Sedai?
What?
Do you think that, like, if in, like, the past era of this world, when it was, like, our world, do you think it was super easy for the French to become Aes Sedai?
Why?
Because they have to surrender, They're good at that.
Wow. Someone is going to be very upset with you for that one, and it is not me. Wow. Okay. I should have seen that one coming. Jesus Christ. Fuck. I hate it.
I feel like that is particularly mean because they got their asses kicked at the World Cup finale. Not really. Kylian Mbappe put up an incredible showing. I don't know where the rest of his team was, but Kylian Mbappe really, really played well in the World Cup.
You are a monster.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The World Cup
very
finale.
Very funny.
The World Cup finale was so Ireland wins, but Crumb gets the snitch. In that, like, Argentina won, but Kylian Mbappe basically played by himself.
I
got a hat trick.
Didn't watch it, so I don't know, but sure. We
cut over to Elsa. The cold never bothered her anyway. Elsa is like, holy shit, Nynaeve is holding so much Saidar.
Yeah, they're like, God, I'm so jealous of the ecstasy that woman is feeling.
Yeah, and Nynaeve is basically having a nonstop orgasm for like the next 5 hours. Every time anyone looks at her, she's like on the ground moaning in pleasure.
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried. Because, remember the Semirhage moment where Semirhage, like, has that warder feel so much pleasure that he, like, dies?
Right.
Because Nynaeve never wakes up in this book, I'm concerned that Nynaeve is going to be, like, that there's something's going to be wrong with her when we come back.
Right.
In the next book.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of pleasure will have been too much. Because there is a point in this chapter where she's like, no more!
And Catherine has to, like, heal her from... Yeah.
Cat Swain is just, like, pouring cold water on her.
Yeah. I do think that this is going to have consequences for our characters in the next book. However, I do think that, like, they will definitely... That the benefits will greatly outshadow the consequences for it,
So we get... Elsa is linked with Maryse and her Ashaman, and another green. She notices that Serene and Corell are linked with Flynn and Nissoon, Beldine and Dagon with Eben, and Varen and Chimera make a circle with Shalyn, so those three women don't have an...
Oh, sorry, the Dark Friend is not then linked with Elsa. Or, sorry, not Eben. Eben is the one who dies, and Elsa is the Dark Friend, so they're not actually linked. My bad.
Eben? Wait, Eben's the Dark Friend?
No, Elsa.
Elsa's the Dark Friend?
Yeah. She's the one who kills Osingar.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
A lot of names in this section. We're going to try and get it right.
Okay. So Varen and Chimera are in a circle with Shalyn. They don't have an Ashaman with them. Mm-hmm. And Olivia's by herself, because she's the best.
Yeah. She got this.
Yeah, and so we cut over to... Elsa wants to meld the flows, which I think means be in charge. And we get the first time we get a woman's perspective of feeling the taint.
They're like, that's
or
fucking
actually, no,
disgusting.
Did the women in the Ball of the Wind sequence feel the taint? I don't remember.
I don't think they felt the taint, but they felt something wrong.
Yeah. But this is the first time we get like that like real up close POV of that, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then we cut over to Barmelin. And I was like, who the fuck is Barmelin? Some random farmer. He's riding his cart down the highway, and he's like, what's that big old lad over there? And so he pulls his cart over, and he goes over, and the sphere in the ground is just, like, lit up.
Yeah.
It looks like the
AF.
Luxor in Vegas, just shooting its beam of light into the sky.
Perfect.
Yeah. If you've ever been to Vegas at night, you know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And if you go houseboating on Lake Mead at night, you can see the lights of Vegas over this hill, and it's just the light of the Luxor. It's really cool.
God damn.
I don't actually know if you can houseboat on Lake Mead anymore, because... Yeah. Timna. We cut over to Timna. You know Timna, right?
Yeah.
Who's Timna?
My favorite character in the whole Wheel of Time series.
Who's Timna?
Timna is just, doing their thing.
Who is Timna, though? Where's Timna?
I don't...
Timna's in Tremalking.
Oh, that's that section. I was like, I can't fucking remember who's who.
She's thinking about the Atha Anmair and the Coromor and about all their nonsense, which means that she's not Atha Anmair?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Right?
Yeah. Very confusing.
Also, what is this illusion stuff?
This Time of Illusions? No idea.
What is going on? This was the biggest, like, there's big reveals in here, but this was the thing that sparked so much more, like, creative thinking in me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wait, what is the Time of Illusions? What is the illusion?
I don't know. I'm wondering if, and maybe this is, like, taking it, like, far too, like, literally, but do people know where the Atha and Mir live?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was like, maybe they're, like, hidden behind some kind of, like, weird, like, magical illusion. That when
It's Wakanda?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing, but I was like, that doesn't seem like...
Do you think that Timna is like the green guy from Eye of the World?
The Green Man?
Yeah, what was he? He was a, there was a name for his species.
I just remember the Green Man.
I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, is Timna like, Timna sits down and is like, I want to see the end of, the fulfillment of prophecy and the end of illusion. I wonder what the illusion is, but maybe the illusion is the barrier between the worlds of, like, reality and, like, the Elfin world, and maybe cleansing the taint is going to bring the Elfin back in some way.
Oh.
Or maybe they just live in that tower. I don't know.
That seems like it would be a disaster.
Why?
But, well, I don't know. The Elfin seem kind of fucking, like, murderous. You know,
They did something to Lanfear. Oh, no, wait. Lanfear's dead.
The Nim. Yeah, the Green Man was like a Nim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of characters who are dead, after we get this moment with Timna, where she sees the big sphere on their island light up, we cut to Sindane. You know that new character Sindane that we were trying to figure out? Oh, it's fucking Lanfear. Everyone is fucking Lanfear.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's back.
Yeah.
And she's horny for Rand.
Yeah. She's blonde this time, so we didn't recognize her.
And she's horny angry. She's like hangry at Rand.
Hangry is not...
But instead of like hunger,
that's gotta be
horny.
Like horngry.
Horngry?
Yeah, because hangry is hungry, angry.
I'm saying that hangry can be... You just need
No, you
H.
gotta differentiate between the two of them, because otherwise it can get very confusing.
Her pussy is hangry, okay?
It's a horngry.
No, her pussy is hangry. That's how we're gonna say it. And she's pissed because she can feel that he's bonded, which I feel...
No. She doesn't feel that he's bonded. She's the one who brought the keys to him. Be like, you and I, if we use these together, we can rule the fucking world. And when Rand chooses to do it with somebody else, she's like, I'm gonna fuck up a bitch. And so she gets very upset.
I don't know how in my head, she like... recognized that he was bonded, and I think that I made that up and added it in.
Yeah, no, it has to do with the keys. I don't think there's any way she can tell about the bonding.
So we get the moment with her. We get the reveal that she's Lanfear, which is crazy.
The problem is, Kyle, everybody has a rack. So we couldn't know it was
big
Lanfear.
Titties. Everyone's got them
big titties.
Olivia's got big titties.
Anyways, you were saying?
So we get this moment with her where she feels Moradin caressing her soul through the Coursouvre.
God, I hate that.
Why didn't Moradin show up for this battle?
Moradin doesn't have to get his hands dirty.
What? He's got better things to do?
Probably.
He sends all of the Forsaken to stop this and doesn't show up himself?
Here's the thing. If he knows where all of the Forsaken are, then he can put his plans into motion without anybody spying on him.
I don't think anyone can spy on him. He seems to be, like, above them, right?
I'm just saying, this gives him, like, or maybe he just, like, really needed some alone time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been too busy micromanaging the Forsaken and his little, like, soul boxes. He's like, you know what, I just need a spa day. You guys can all go deal with Rand. I'm gonna take this one for me. This is, like, a self-care day. Please go get to work.
So, Lanfear is pissed that Rand is stroking a chode with someone other than her.
Yeah, basically.
I love making you make that face. It brings me so much joy.
Happy for you.
And, so she channels. We cut over to Cad Swain. And so Cad Swain has a little bird, and it, like, spins and points at people channeling. And so she feels Sindain weave the gateway, and so she points to, what's his name? Jahar has the... Yeah.
Narishma has Kalendor. Yeah.
So she points that direction, and Narishma, who's wielding Kalendor, which Cad Swain didn't ask. And Rand is like, well, she didn't ask to use Kalendor. And he's like, well, I'm not going to be upset about it, but whatever. So Narishma's wielding Kalendor, and he's just, like, straight up, like, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, like, doing the, like, Ashaman kill moment.
Yeah.
In whatever direction she points to, which seems dangerous when you have people channeling in the woods that you told to go channel in the woods. If the bird can't tell the difference between, like, Olivia channeling and Lanfear channeling, the bird doesn't feel particularly useful.
It does become dangerous. However, here's the thing. Olivia wouldn't channel unless she was in danger.
Right, so why would you shoot at her if she's in danger?
Well, not at her. I'm just saying, like, it at least gives you an idea of, like, there is something going on over here that needs to be taken care of. And maybe, like, Olivia at least has her protection Terangral thing. The others, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Maybe Cad Swain has given them Terangrals where they have, like, shields that can dissipate stuff. But, like, knowing where, like, battling is happening is very useful, but, like, shooting blindly at it
Shooting blindly doesn't seem to be very helpful to me.
Yeah.
It's helpful in the beginning when, like, people are still within the clearing at the bottom of the hill and you can see them.
Yeah.
But, like, once they're all in the woods fighting together, you kind of are putting your own people at risk.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it doesn't work out that way. Thankfully, there's no friendly fire in this, but...
Yeah.
Other than... Well, actually, there is. But the friendly fire is only on the bad guy side.
Yeah. Mr. Self, welcome to the nerd table.
Mr. Self!
Thank
you for being an ARG. So Lanfear weaves a web for Rand's death.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Great job, Lanfear. You fucked up.
Yeah, the whole web thing, I would love more information on.
That felt like a new word that was used a lot in this. I don't feel like they've described fighting weaves as webs before this. But then everyone was weaving webs in this chapter.
Yeah. And I wonder if we just, like, missed something. But, you know, on a reread, I'm sure that'll be more obvious. But, yeah, the whole webs, how they work, how they're dissipated, not super clear to me in this moment.
Yeah. So we briefly cut back to Rand. He can't feel Nynaeve anymore. But he also does not feel the taint receding. So, like, he's, like, not sure that it's working.
He is, like, holding on for dear life. Like, we get these beautiful moments where Rand is experiencing what it feels like to hold Saidar, to hold Saidin, to have them both at the same time, to have this amount of power. Like, he's experienced all of these things in a honestly, it's written wonderfully. Like,
yeah, this is such a cool chapter.
But yeah, he doesn't even really know if it's working. He is just hanging on for dear life. And like, what the fuck else are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
You just have to do your thing and trust that the people who are watching your backs have got your back. Because he could, you know, if he had tried to do this with just Nynaeve, which it seemed like he was going to do, and it was only Lan to watch their backs, like, this much power, drawing everybody, like, Cad Swain at least knew, but I don't think, like, Rand was really prepared for the amount of attention it would bring him. So I feel like it's pretty lucky.
I don't know. I feel like he knew.
But like,
I feel like that's why he lets Cad Swain. That's why he doesn't interfere at all with what Cad Swain's doing. I think they're on the same page here.
Yes, but like when Rand originally left with Lan and Nynaeve, did he just plan on doing it the three of them themselves? Because that would have been terrible.
I think he's like, Min can save us. He just really trusts Min.
It's Min.
Really believes in her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we cut over to Demandred, who has shown up. Demandred and all the Forsaken are very aware of what Rand is trying to do, so they're going to try and stop him.
Yeah.
And he immediately notices that Narishma has launched an attack at him.
Yeah.
So we do get the like positive view of what Cad Swain is doing here.
Yes.
And he starts to basically the Forsaken have to like open a gateway, go through the gateway, and then run away from the gateway as quick as possible.
Because you know where the gateway opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So they can feel it on both sides. And he notices a group in the forest. He sees some people, an old man and a couple of ladies. Mm-hmm. And he is expecting to just like wipe them out. He's like, I'm going to go kill those people. And then suddenly, nope, old man, that there's an Ashaman.
Yeah. A fucking powerful, experienced Ashman who like does not let up.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well done.
Dahmer's
crushing it.
Dahmer like pushes back. Granted, he's linked with two women.
He's circled up, you know.
So
he's not by himself.
He's
but
circled up. I love that.
Yeah, he's circled up.
He's circled up. But he manages to force Demandred to retreat, which is like, that's a fucking feat. Like, pin that on Dahmer's collar, man.
Give that man a medal.
You pushed off fucking Demandred? Are you kidding me? That's impressive as hell.
Well done. Yeah. And it's funny, the Forsaken seem like a little less scary, but there are so many of them and there are so many evils that like once they put aside all their bullshit and if they actually like ever work together, they're going to be pretty formidable.
If they were willing to link with each other, but I don't think they are.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
They do not trust each other a lick. Absolutely
yeah, maybe
not.
Semirhaj Masana and Demandred would. Maybe.
But
that's the only ones.
Yeah, I doubt.
Samael and Mogideon probably would have. But obviously Samael's dead now.
I don't think so. I don't think Samael would have.
Or not Mogideon, Graendal. Samael and Graendal sort of have something there.
I don't think Samael would have trusted Graendal that far either. It is weird, right? Like none of them trust one another, so they can't be more powerful together.
Do you think that Morden can link? Like, can you link Saidin and Saidar with the true power?
Well, I think if Moradin uses Saidar, then he could link. I don't know if the true power works in a circle.
I don't know if the true power can work. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. But Moradin doesn't have to just use the true power. So...
Yeah, so we briefly cut to Sindane, who is still just popping through gateways, trying to get closer to the hill, but it's tough. It's tough because the fire keeps a coming.
Yeah.
And we cut over to Osangar. It's fucking Deshiva.
Yeah.
Deshiva was fucking Osangar this whole time, and like we should have seen it coming, but like fuck.
I don't honestly, like I'll go back on a reread and maybe I'll think differently, but at this point in time I'm like, how the fuck would I have known that? Like Deshiva gets picked out at like seemingly completely random by Rand. You know what I mean? Like, Rand is just, like, standing around with a couple of Ashman and is like, you know what? I'm going to take this guy and he's going to come watch my back for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, how did that just happen to be a Forsaken?
Compulsion, maybe?
Maybe.
That Rand doesn't feel.
But how would he not feel it? He can feel people channeling.
Albino's like, it was Osangar all along.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Obviously, you can write it off to another, like, Tiviranness, but that just seems like such a weird coincidental...
Commanda83, thank you so much for that super duper
chat.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Here's a Christmas present. I love book club. I watch the replay every week, and this is the first time I've watched it live. Merry Christmas. Welcome into the live Commanda. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's very sweet.
Really awesome. I know it's the holidays, but it seems
Hope you're staying warm.
Seems like some of you can be here because it is the holidays live, so that's really nice to see.
Josh Drennan says Tame was pissed when Rand chose Deshiva. I don't think he was. I think he was feigning pissed so that Rand would continue to keep Deshiva around him. Because I think Tame is a dark one friend.
Oh, Tame is 100% a dark friend.
Yeah.
The other two Ashman that attacked Rand were talking. They're like, if the Mihail knows that blah, blah, blah. Like, Rand now knows that Mazrim Tame is evil, so we're going to have to deal with him next book. That's going to be messy.
Joe Berlin says, I feel Deshiva obvious on a reread. Everything's obvious on a reread. You already know it.
Well, yeah. Like, I can't... I can't think of any specific clues that would have led me to think that Deshiva was Forsaken.
Perry
hey,
Wolf, thank you
who
for that
knows?
super chat. I think last book you guys asked where is Osengar, and I was laughing. I can see why.
Thank you, Perry Wolf, for that.
Because he's
super chat.
here, and
Yeah.
honestly,
Also, hi Febu, I saw you.
honestly, you gotta love Osengar for being the first Forsaken to die twice.
Well, he may not be the first. That might have happened before, but yeah, for us, yeah.
In the books, yeah.
Pretty impressive. You fucked up real bad.
So one of the interesting things before Osengar dies, we get this POV. He kind of brings up that Moradin was already mad before the boar was sealed in the past.
Yes.
Which is super interesting that the Dark One is relying on someone who is like maybe like not all there.
All kinds of fucked up. It's the chaos, right? Arizu, thank you for that super chat.
Deshiva is shown to be perfectly competent when necessary, but then is muttering in an inconsistent way. He's very sus.
But so is Rand.
But that's all. Yeah, that's all the men.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is Rand does it too, right? He like talks to Luce Theron, but is also very competent, and so I don't know. Like I think that the clue that there are clues that are there when you go back, but I think on your first read, I don't know. Did anybody on their first read think that Deshiva?
We unplug that. Now that it's charged, we don't need that noise.
Yeah. Do you think did anyone think that it was him on their very first read? I would actually be very curious.
Yeah. I like the reveal. This one was really fun. We both, I mean, you can see in the video, if you're a patron, remember, we both lost it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really cool. But we cut over to Varen, who is with, who's with Chimera, Serene, and Shalyn. Mm-hmm. And they see a woman walking through the woods, wearing a gown that shifts colors and jewels. Mm-hmm. We couldn't figure out who this was, but it's Graendal.
Yes, that one went over our heads a little bit.
Well, because we were trying to figure out who Sindane was.
Yes. There was a lot happening here, and so we did actually, there was a video that was shared in the Discord that we did watch to help us figure out as well who was who and where everybody was. Very, very helpful.
Mm-hmm. So Varen tries to shield her, but she is already...
Oh, it may be because Graendal no, never mind. That's...
The jewels might be Ongril's or Tar Ongril's.
Yeah.
But it's hard to shield her because she's already holding the power. But I thought, here's my thing with it. I thought because it was 4 women shielded, that Graendal already holding the power wouldn't matter because it's 4 women linked together shielding her.
She's powerful, I guess. I don't know.
So Graendal's more... I thought Graendal was, like, above Mogideon, but kind of, like, below the rest of the Forsaken, and was just really good at compulsion. I didn't realize that she was as powerful as she is.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely scary.
Yeah.
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 But,
her dress being specifically gems and things, I'm wondering if her dress is somehow, like...
a well of some kind, or a terangrial?
or something. Because
Samael,
Nynaeves are like that as well.
Well, because Samael found that treasure trove of Angreals, right?
Oh, that's right. And
so
Samael's gone now, so she has it.
So maybe she actually has access to at least some of those.
Interesting.
Would be a guess.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
We cut back to Eben. Eben is with Daejin, the Aes Sedai he's bonded to. Mm-hmm. And he, like, loves her. Like there's real affection there, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And a woman steps out and is like, I'm lost. Where am I?
Please help me. Ooh.
It seems sus, but it's not like too sus until Eben sees the woman glowing with the power of Saidin, because it's not. It's a woman, but like. It's Halima. It's Arangar.
Yeah. Halima is also there. Literally everybody is here, guys. Holy fuck. So
Eben goes out like a champ here. Eben tackles Halima to the ground
to save
so that Daejin, his bonded Aes Sedai, can throw a big old fireball at him.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he dies.
He does, guys.
But we don't know what happens to Halima.
No, we don't know. I don't think Halima is dead. Obviously, I think that most of them escaped. But guys, pour one out for a real one.
Yeah, cheers.
Fucking
Eben.
That was sad. That was very sad.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you fight Forsaken, right?
Yep. I know Cadsuane is not happy with the ratio of casualties, but...
Yeah, because she doesn't know that Forsaken died. She thinks they only got an Ashaman.
Yes, they're like some fucking rogue Ashaman. They don't realize it's an actual Forsaken.
We cut back to Lanfear, also known as Sindane.
Yep.
And Lanfear sees a woman alone in the woods, and it's Olivia, and they fight, and Olivia wins.
Yeah.
Olivia's scary.
Yeah, Lanfear fucking gets the fuck out of there. Now, Olivia does take some damage. Her arm does get seared to the bone, which, ouch.
Which Dahmer heals.
But. Yeah. But, yeah. Olivia can fucking go toe-to-toe with the Forsaken, which is wild.
If I was the Sanchin, I'm heading back. Olivia escaped? No, we're done.
Don't want to be here. Everybody pack up.
The return is over.
The return is over.
We're not leaving. Fuck with that lady.
No, she's too powerful. Do you think that Lanfear being Sindane was a gift of the Dark One putting her in another body?
Yes.
Okay, well, I was going to ask, or do you think it had something to do with the Elfin?
No. It's definitely the Dark One. If it weren't for the Erengar Osengar thing, I would say... it could be anything, but because we've seen the Dark One do this very specific thing before, it would be weird for it not to be that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If it is the Elfin, I will accept it. I love that every time I call them, it has to be Elfin.
Yeah, you can't, because
I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know.
But no, I definitely think it's the Dark One.
Okay, I think so too. I'm just wondering. And
honestly, like, she took out Moiraine. Like, I don't think that Lanfear went out in a way the Dark One is displeased of, right?
Well, I don't know. She went out because she had a fucking personal vendetta against Aviendha and got caught off guard by Moiraine. Like, that's pretty embarrassing.
No, she went out
Lanfear.
Fighting Rand.
Nah, embarrassing. Lanfear, you fucked up.
But she also didn't die?
I don't know.
But the Elfin did something to her because she's fighting Olivia, and she remarks that Olivia is more powerful than she was before what the Elfin did. So either the Elfin made her more powerful or less powerful. We don't know which.
Well, and that's why part of me is hoping that her in a new body is because of the Elfin thing, because that gives Moiraine a chance to come back.
Oh, Moiraine is coming back. Moiraine is Gandalfing the fuck out of the final book.
Please.
Or Moiraine will come back when Matt blows the horn.
Yeah, one of the two.
We will see Moiraine again, but it might not be until Matt blows the horn.
Yeah.
Which I also wonder how the show's going to handle this, because, like, losing Rosamund Pike is tough.
Yeah, unless they...
For half of the series.
Yeah, I have a feeling they might, like, merge Moiraine and Cadsuane.
No, people would be furious. Like, with the way people want to cast Cadsuane with, like, that whole campaign, like...
I'm just saying...
I don't know if they could get away with it.
I could see them doing it, right?
Yeah, but then Rand literally doesn't lose anybody the whole time. Like, Moiraine is kind of the one person the one main character that has been lost. I'm
not saying I think that would be the right choice, but I do think with the limited time that they have, that it might be a choice that they make.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
True.
Yeah.
Hasty Alder Haman says Olivia is using an Ongrel at the moment, isn't she? Yeah, but not a very powerful one. She's using, like, a very tiny Ongrel.
Well, I don't think it is, like, huge in power, but it is highly beneficial being able to dissipate the...
that's the Tarongrel that does that.
Oh, the Tarongrel.
That dissipates the fireball.
She does have a small Ongrel and the Tarongrel, so yeah.
I do love that...
She's doing all right.
I do love that Lanfear is a fireball first kind of lady.
Yes. Yeah. I did not ask how big the room is. I said I cast fireball. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Megideon, who shows up and is like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Megideon's like, that looks dangerous, and Moradin isn't going to know if I involve myself, so I'm just going to watch.
Yeah. So she's like, I like to watch.
Here.
I'm gonna chill over here.
Yeah. Just going to hang out. It's going to be great.
Nobody's surprised.
Nobody is surprised. She's a coward. We already knew this.
She's also like, I really hope Lanfear and Grendel both die. That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. Women are supposed to support women.
I mean, they're all evil women, so I.
That's true. We cut back to Rand very briefly, and he's like, he can finally feel the taint moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not think this would work.
I did after a while. Once all the Forsaken showed up, I was like,
You're like, this has to be worth something.
yeah, well, something has to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it would like necessarily like cleanse the taint. I was kind of concerned that it was going to go the opposite way and it was going to actually like taint the women's half of the power.
Yeah.
Or like move the taint over so the men's half would be clear, but now the women would all have the taint on them.
Yeah.
I thought there would be like a consequence to it. But
there still might be, but we don't know yet.
But once we got to all the Forsaken show up, I was like, something has to come of this, or else what was the point?
Yes, absolutely.
It would have been really unsatisfying if at the end of this, Rand was like, "Oh, it didn't work."
Oh yeah, God.
You'd be like, "Well, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Why did we do this?
Well, fuck me then. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then why would all the Forsaken show up if it wasn't possible? Like, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Is they like if the Dark One believed it couldn't happen, then it wouldn't matter. The Dark One would be like, yeah, let him fucking try, let him fucking blow up,
let him kill himself trying.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But the fact that he's worried about it and the fact that they're all worried about it means that it is possible, and so it kind of felt like it had to happen. Yeah.
So then we cut over to Elsa, who is linked with Jahar and Maurice. That's important, because they're at like the bottom of the hill,
just patrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ket Swain is like, "Hey Min, how's Rand doing?" Because she doesn't know. Like, Rand is just sitting there, like, meditating.
And Min is like, fucking terrible. God awful. Min, they had to take away Min's knives. So that she didn't go fucking get Rand, like, and bother him. And I was like, Min, I love you.
I love that girl so much. Min truly is the best.
Yeah.
And I the more we read her, I still think the actress who plays Min is a little old for the part. Especially if they end up going 14 years. Like, she's going to be, like, almost 50 by the time they get to this, right?
Yeah, but what actors in Hollywood are 50 and look 50?
Sure. It's more how much older she looks than Rand.
Yeah.
But I do like her as an actress, so, like, I'm really excited to see her kind of portray this side of the character.
Yeah, she's great.
Because this sort of... she is an actress who I think is really going to play the feistiness of Min in a way that I think is going to be super satisfying.
And that's what matters to me the most for this character, because I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, and so we start to get this image of this black dome rising out of Shadar Logoth, which I think is the Taint and Mashadar becoming visible to people as they fight each other and rise and rise and rise into the sky.
And it like bubbles up.
Yeah.
And it's like blacker than blackness. Like if it makes black seem pale. I was like, that's horrifying.
And so Nynaeve at this point is like is done. She's like really struggling to hold on. So
Ket Swain has to heal her.
Yeah, Ket Swain heals her a little bit. And doesn't really heal her. Because I think healing her would have made it worse. Because healing uses the other person's... She takes away the exhaustion, kind of like what Rand did to Bella,
right?
And what Moraine does to the horses in the first book,
right?
Because healing is dangerous in this situation, right? If she's tired and you heal her, she's going to be more tired.
Yeah, because she's using her own body. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She takes away some of the exhaustion, which causes her to not be putting as much into the shield that she's holding up, blocking all these lightning bolts. So it's a little bit more dangerous, but it does keep Nynaeve in the game.
She does take a gamble, and it pays off.
Yeah, it does. It pays off big time.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of like, no, keep that shield going. Like,
yeah, I would be worried.
Let Nynaeve be tired. Keep the shield up. Yeah. I think Nynaeve would rather sleep for a few days than take a lightning bolt to the chest.
Yeah.
And so we cut back over to Osangar, who has somehow snuck up a little bit close. And he sees Jahar holding Kalendor, and he's like, I'm going to balefire that boy.
Yeah, I'm going to take Kalendor for myself. I can't have the keys for the Chodes, but I'll settle for Kalendor, you know? And he starts weaving balefire.
Yeah. And, so we cut to Elsa.
Elsa's like, hey,
and we get the reveal.
See somebody.
We get the reveal of all reveals that Elsa is a dark friend.
Yeah.
Who Varen is not a dark friend. I'm like almost convinced now. We've been talking about Varen being a dark friend for weeks. Not a dark friend.
I don't think so.
Because she fucked up Elsa's head so that Elsa now is working for Rand, even though Elsa thinks that she's a dark friend.
Yeah, she's like a dark friend, but she knows in her heart of hearts, no matter what, that Rand has to make it to the last battle, regardless of anything. So she's like, you know what, the Great Lord won't matter if I kill this like one like dark friend to get him there. Don't worry about him. Not knowing that he's a fucking Forsaken.
Yeah. And so she pulls the power of Kalendor and sends a giant fireball and vaporizes Deshiva.
Yeah, because I'm assuming so balefire is the one thing that we know that kills Forsaken. I'm assuming she almost shot the balefire
That
back.
permanently kills them.
Yeah, that permanently kills him. So I'm assuming this fireball like kind of like shot the balefire back into himself and exploded it.
I think it's more that
I
think it's more that the weave was like in his hands ready to be shot out, and that when her fireball hit the weave or the web, depending on which age you're in, it just like exploded in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like done for, because at first I was like, oh, he's just gonna come back.
So,
but no.
reveals so far in this chapter.
Sindane is Lanfear.
Sindane is Lanfear. Deshiva is Osengar, who's now dead.
Who's now dead.
Elsa is a dark friend. Baron, probably not a dark friend.
Probably not a dark friend. The Time of Illusions.
Yeah. And
whatever the fuck that
Min
means.
is still the best.
Yeah, that's not a reveal. That is facts.
So we cut over to Megideon. And Megideon is like, oh, I can't feel Sidar being channeled anymore. It's over. I don't know what happened, but like, fuck this. I'm done. She leaves.
Yeah.
The dome is boiling across the sky. It's like this big black, like, pus bubble. It's like Earth got a blackhead that is just like oozing out of the surface.
Gross. And then it explodes, and Moghedien just gets blown away.
Yeah. Do you think she survives this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if our good friends survived this, then she survived this.
I don't know. There's got to be a reason why Robert Jordan specifically called out her getting hit by this. Maybe Moghedien takes the like blowback of Mashadar, and Moghedien is now more like a Padden Fane. That would be interesting if like Mashadar got blown into her.
I don't know. I think that
sounds really bad. I'm sorry.
No. I think that Padden Fane has to be unique. Otherwise, it's meh.
I don't know. I feel like they could work together though. I think that Moghedien and Padden Fane would be a dangerous team up.
But she can't. She has her soul in a fucking box around Moradin's neck.
Right. Maybe the Corsoevra gets damaged by this and now Moghedien's free again.
Maybe.
That would be interesting. If Moghedien is no longer Corsoevra.
Like Moradin is actually there watching to see if she does
No,
anything.
I'm saying that like she gets hit and it like blows back through the connection and like blows up the Corsoevra.
I don't know if that's
and
how
suddenly
it works,
Moghedien's on the run because the Dark One thinks that she like got out of it somehow and she didn't. I don't know. I don't know if any of that's possible. It might just be that she got blown against a tree.
Maybe.
I might be like trying to make this more than it is.
No, that's fair. That's why this is fun.
And we get to the final point of view of the entire book, because there is no epilogue. Cad Swain. Well, kind of the final. There's like that weird thing at the end.
Yeah.
Cad Swain picks up the female Choden call.
Which is broken and melted.
Melted like fuck.
Yeah, probably.
The male one's fine though.
Yeah, that seems weird, because like...
I think it's that Rand is so powerful that because he can hold enough of the power himself, the Chode didn't have to do as much work for him, so it survived. But Nynaeve, being less powerful than him, couldn't hold as much herself, so the Chode had to take more of the brunt.
So do you think that the Chodes are done then?
I think the female one is, but I don't think the male one is.
But I thought you couldn't use the male one without both. Aren't they?
No, you just can't. You just can't do like the big stuff without both.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so the female one's definitely broken. I guess the male one still survived, so that's fun.
And so Lan runs up and Nynaeve is there under a blanket, but it's only up to her chin, so she's not dead. If it was any higher, she'd be dead. But because it's only up to her chin, Min is already like straight up just like getting her cuddles in with Rand.
Yeah.
Because she's a cuddle monster.
I can relate, yes.
Yeah, I do. I love a good cuddle.
Yeah. Yeah, it says they'll be okay, but it might take some time because they got real fucked up.
Do you think they're like asleep for a chunk of the next book?
Like a week?
No, I mean like in the book. Like Rand will wake up in like chapter 20 of Twilight of the Crossroads of Twilight.
Maybe that's why people find that book a slog.
It could be just because the first 6 chapters are going to be Perrin and then he won't be in the rest of the book.
And then we get some Elaine stuff. Honestly, yeah, if they slept until the end of the next book, like, I guess I wouldn't be that surprised.
There's enough, because if the next book is the Siege of Tarvalon,
then Rand is not going to be there.
Perrin and Shido, Elaine and Caemlyn, like, you could take, and like, Matt traveling across country trying to avoid the Sanchin. Mm-hmm. There's enough that you could leave them out of the next book.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be a little bit upset about it, but, like,
oh, totally. I think that it is definitely possible.
So, a couple of other things,
we get our final reveal.
Cad Swain reveals that they're only asleep. Dahmer is healing Beldine. He's already healed Olivia, who he fixed her arm.
And the taint is gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, like, fuck, yeah. What a big win.
Yeah, I mean, there are some losses, right? Kamira's there. She's dead. Eben's dead. But the taint is gone. And, like, what... I think a lot of the full book recap next Friday, guys, is going to be us talking about what that means for the world of Randland, that the taint is not on the...
Yeah, we will do the questions as usual. So, actually, before everyone leaves at Smut Corner, if you want to join the Discord and have us answer your questions for next week, we are going to open up that channel. I think Nerdy's doing it right now.
I don't think so. I think we need to delete all these questions first, right?
Okay, we will go through that channel today and open that up for y'all for questions for the full book recap for next week, which we will be back in our own space, which would be very, very nice. And honestly, because it's New Year's, I think that stream might end up being like a little more chill. We might make that one a bit more fun and... I don't know if we'll like pop champagne, but
maybe we'll get drunk again.
I was gonna say we might have hit 35,000 subscribers by then, so we might have to celebrate something.
Oh, we might be celebrating, yeah.
We might be celebrating, so come celebrate with us and ring in. Well, it's close enough to the
day before New Year.
Is it the 30th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll also be live on the 31st, but that's going to be more of a hangout stream. If you guys want to hang out with us for that.
Yeah. I also don't know if that'll be on Twitch or over here, but we'll figure it out.
I do like that we do get the moment Jahara's like, yeah, the taint is clear. It's not there anymore. And Ketswain's like, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if I buy it.
Which, like, fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, that is such a huge thing that, like, if you just believed it right away and it was some kind of trap, you'd look like a dum-dum. They want to make sure. And I think that... I definitely think that there's some kind of consequence to this, but I think that it's still going to be a big win.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. So then we get the final thing of like the what we read at the very top of the podcast. We get the conversation of the illusions. Don't know what it means. We'll find out next time.
The word began to spread that the time of illusions was at an end. So here's the thing.
What is the illusion, though?
They must have some kind of prophecy regarding that Terangriel. That one day it will light up like a fucking beacon, and that will be an inciting incident for... something. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say this. I think that maybe the illusion is that the Aes Sedai are good people, and that now everyone knows they're not.
No, I don't think that's it.
The illusion is that Cadsuane is good, and everyone will find out that she sucks.
How dare you?
She sucks! She's good in this fight, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy she was there to point. She didn't really do, she held a shield and she pointed. So,
Oh my god. She stopped them all getting fried by lightning.
I know. I'm kidding.
This motherfucker.
I know. She still sucks, though. Asher, thank you for joining the Nargs of the Nerd Table.
To the Nerd Table.
Inquisitive Livy Chodesplode is a real world thing. That is not a Wheel of Time thing, and we don't talk about that here because this is not Pornhub.
Well, I don't know. We get pretty close.
All right. Should we do high-low?
Yeah.
This is the segment where, when I was a child, right above us here, my family and I would sit at the dinner table and we would do high-low every night, which was where we would celebrate each other's highs and we would commiserate over each other's lows because it brings us together as a family. The way we do this is Clarisse is going to do her high, I'm going to do my low, she's going to do her low, I'm going to do my high. We're going to compliment sandwich this bitch because this was a great week of reading.
It was.
Clarisse, Winter's Heart, 26 to the end. What's your high?
I think the high is going to be what just got the biggest reaction from me. I think my high is having some, like, really fucking dope-ass reveals in this final bit. Like,
yeah.
I really enjoyed getting that, I don't know, the moment where Shiva was Osingar, I literally, like, lost my shit. And the fact that then he died because he's like, I want Kalendor, and he got fucking killed by another dark friend. That whole circle is hilarious to me, and I want to give that my high for this section.
Stephen Thorne.
Stephen, thank you for that.
Thank you so much for that.
Super duper chat.
Here is your second half. Just thank you for the previous year and forgiveness for being a lurk for the next year. Enjoy your holidays.
Oh my god.
Do not apologize for being a lurker.
Never apologize.
Fuck lurk, guys. You don't have to you don't have to be in the chat. If you want to just watch, just watch. If you want to download it and listen to his podcast, the fact that anyone listened, guys, this podcast has been downloaded and viewed 500,000 times in a year. The fact that number exists, and that's not including the audiobook reactions. Yeah. That's not including us putting together our tier lists. The fact that over 500,000 times people have tuned in some way to listen to us talk about the Wheel of Time is beyond special. That like we're gonna get some Christmas gifts on Sunday. We're gonna give each other some Christmas gifts on Sunday, and none of those things are going to be as special as what this community has been this year. And hitting 500,000 views on this is like, fuck, dude. Yeah. That when I did that math, I was like, this is crazy. This is legitimately crazy.
Yeah.
And we're just so grateful to you all. So please do not apologize for being a lurker. That is not that is not a negative thing. We love that anyone wants to engage with us in any way, no matter how you feel comfortable engaging. That's what's special to us, is that anyone would spend any of their time with us. And so if you've liked this show, there's no needing to thank us. We're so grateful to have the opportunity to put it on every week, and we've loved it so much. Yep. It's easier to say that this week because God, the reading was so fucking good. Yeah, no, thank you. Never apologize for being a lurker. We love our lurkers as much as anyone else.
Thank you guys so much. I don't think we would ever be able to properly communicate what this means to us, but it's the holidays and y'all are here hanging out with us, and that is very, very special. So thank you.
So now after that outpouring of love, let's get into my low.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe like I felt like the pregnancy stuff was a little bit much.
Yeah, I thought that was strange.
Like that would be the only thing I could say is a low. I honestly
only because they all knew about it. I was like, this should be a secret.
Oh, and Thailand gets off super easy.
Yeah.
So that would be my low.
Mark, thank you as well for that super chat. If you missed the final reveal, I was serious of many strokes. The Time of Illusions, I don't think that's like it's not like a reveal. Here's the thing, rereading the last chapter is not going to help us. We would have to go back and reread all the books to figure out what that's supposed to be. And we don't have fucking time for that. Methany, thank you for that super chat as well. Olivia tried to get Catswain to teach her about the power. Use that for whichever segment you... Thank you. Merry Christmas. Mark, Methany, thank you guys for your super chats. We appreciate it. This section was full of some really cool stuff. I think my low is Rand being in a box again, and I was like very seriously concerned about it. But it didn't seem to matter all that much so far. So hopefully it's okay in the future.
Methany says Olivia tried to get Catswain to teach her about the power. Use that for whatever segment you want, and Merry Christmas. Methany, thank you for that super chat. I can't imagine what segment you're talking about. I don't know what reveal. I don't know what reveal we're missing. Now I'm gonna have to read it again because I'm like, fuck, what did we miss?
Well, no, the problem is that it's all like been built up like over books. Like we can't just go back and reread the whole series before a full book recap. Yeah. So we're just doing our best. What is your high?
Chapter 35. I mean, that's one of the best chapters I've ever listened and then read in my life. It was incredible. Like, I think that it was the best of what Robert Jordan does, done so well.
Yeah. 1,000%.
Really, right? Like, it just is like the highlights. Nerdy wasn't listening to Cars. I was trying to find something in the book.
You were reading, I know.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes when you're podcasting like this, you have to kind of like assume the other person is going to say something smart and
tune out so that you can do your own thing.
Yeah. Because sometimes things need to get done, so we just have to trust each other that like that the conversation is happening.
100%.
Just chapter 35. That was it was so special.
Yeah.
It was so unbelievably special, and I think that Robert Jordan really just he did it again, right? Like the Battle of Emond's Field, Dumai's Wells, and this are like the three chapters that live on like a plateau above everything else.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I think it's really hard to write one chapter as good as this, and the fact that he has three, I don't know. It's
incredible.
Yeah, it was one of the coolest things. I watched like an animated version of it that's in the Discord.
Yeah.
That was really cool and like to help me understand the geography of it, and that was really nice. Like, I don't know. It was such an unbelievable. The scope of it was so much more than I thought it was going to be, and so it was surprising, right? It was so many things, and I think I just loved it. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was special for sure.
Before we get into our final segment, we want to say that if you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button, leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her.
Yep.
This episode, that algorithm goddess is Kumira. As a remembrance of the
Oof.
fallen,
Oof.
Chimera, you are a healer above all else, except for Dahmer, because, you know. But you were an incredible
fine.
yellow,
Don't worry about
and
that.
we're all going to miss you, so we're sorry to see you go.
Yeah.
Clarus, where can they see you on the internet?
You can find me at Claris Polaris.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Literally everywhere. Just Google it.
I'm at nerdynightly, and if you are listening to this on the podcast feed, please go to Apple Podcasts, rank this podcast 5 stars, give us a little review. We will read it on the podcast.
We'll read it. We'll say some dumb shit.
And if
we don't do that
you're
already.
not a user of Audible, please remember that this podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is a subscription service that allows you to get audiobooks for much cheaper than they usually are because they are fucking expensive. They are like $75. But on Audible, you pay like $9.99, you get a free audiobook every month.
It's
not free, you pay for it,
value.
but if you go to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly, you get a free audiobook on us. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. What a gift we've given you.
Truly.
What a gift. It's a free book that you can listen to.
Yes. Yes, thank y'all for being here, and thank you for spending your holidays with us, and thank you to our mods as well, who do an incredible job. We could not do this without you.
Oh, fuck.
What?
I confused Samiko with Chimera.
Oh.
They both have K's in their names.
That's
You can't
fine.
blame me.
I didn't know either. I was like, I don't know if she's a yellow, but sure.
I thought Samiko was the... I thought Chimera was the one who was working with Dahmer to cure Rand's wound, but that was Samiko.
You know, it's fine. It still sucks to
It
lose
still
her.
sucks to die. Still sucks to die.
Yeah, so sad. Yeah, big shout out to our mods. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Should we smut corner it up? Y'all want to talk about sex, baby? Talk about you and me.
Bam, bam.
Where would you add sex to this? Other than the obvious, Elaine and Avienda just fucking like
I mean, yeah, they're sharing a bed.
tongue lashing each
right?
other to death.
Yeah, and like for some people, like pregnant women really get them going. So maybe that's Avienda's thing as well. Like that's cool. All the power to you. I think that Olivia goes off. She fucks. You know.
Oh, Olivia. After this, Olivia boned her way through formatting.
Yes.
You just know that, like, look, the men of formatting can't carry swords, but Olivia got their swords out of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing, and she deserves all the orgasms.
Oh,
Girl,
yeah. That
you got
taste
this.
of freedom.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. I'm trying to think what else. This section like moved so fast that it's like no one really had time to like stop and like bone down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we do read the first sentence of the next book, so we will. I'll find that. You find
like,
another sex scene.
I don't have it.
I don't know. I feel like Min and Rand are just always boning.
Min and Rand are always boning. That's not us adding sex in. That is already there.
That is kind of the problem, right? It's getting harder to do Smut Corner because Rand fucks.
Yeah.
And
it's
like
already,
Rand is like,
spicy.
oh, I hope Avienda and Elaine can't feel it when I'm fucking Min.
That is such a weird concept.
Yeah, it kind of is. Oh, I do like Methany's suggestion that Olivia is using sexual favors to convince Cat Swain to teach her about the One Power. I think that is funny.
Yes, teach me how to
Dougie.
Channel. That's it. Channel. Olivia's a very fast learner. Exactly.
Ooh. All right, that's Smut Corner. Elaine and Avienda are pillow friends. This is how the next book starts. It starts with a prophecy.
Well, it's been a while.
And it shall come to pass, in the days when the dark hunt rides, when the right hand falters and the left hand strays, that mankind shall come to the crossroads of twilight, and all that is, all that was, and all that will be shall balance on the point of a sword, while the winds of the shadow grow. From the Prophecies of the Dragon, translation believed to be done by Jane Charon, known as Jane Farstrider, shortly before his disappearance.
His?
Yeah. Jane Farstrider is a man. This whole time I thought it was a woman.
Yeah.
This whole time I thought Jane Farstrider was a woman.
Oopsie.
I found out just now that it's a man.
Did not know that.
So the right hand falters. I think that's Perrin, and he's going to do something bad. And the left hand strays. I think that is Matt, and he's going to get lost.
But no, because Perrin is the one who is straying from his plot.
So then Matt falters and becomes a bad guy for a bit?
Not a bad guy, but I think just like, I don't know, maybe wants to do his own thing for a bit, doesn't care about the world.
Okay, that's a prophecy, but here's the actual beginning. Here's the prologue, Glimmers of the Pattern. This is Crossroads of Twilight, Book 10. Can't believe we're on Book 10. We won't be talking about this till the first week of January, but let's get into this first sentence.
Yeah.
Rodel Iturralde hated waiting, though he well knew it was the largest part of being a soldier. Waiting for the next battle, for the enemy to move, to make a mistake. He watched the winter forest and was as still as the trees. The sun stood halfway to its peak and gave no warmth. His breath misted white in front of his face, frosting his neatly trimmed mustache and the black fox fur lining of his hood. He was glad that his helmet hung on his pommel. His breastplate held the cold and radiated it through his coat and all the layers of wool, silk, and linen beneath. Even Dart's saddle felt cold, as though the white gelding were made of frozen milk. The helmet would have addled his brain.
So long sentence.
That was multiple sentences.
I know.
Wow, that's
Okay.
cool. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is. I don't. That was a lot of not context. But his horse is white, so.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. So cool. Love that for us.
I don't know if that's a good person or a bad person.
What was the dark?
The dark hunt rides. The dark hunt rides. The left hand falters.
Which is not the wild hunt.
I mean, it probably is similar.
Is it just going to be a bunch of dark hounds? Do you think?
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll find out
That's
eventually.
it. We'll find out in 2 weeks. Next week, we're doing the full book recap. We're going to be talking a lot about what it means for the taint to no longer be on the one power. Y'all, that is the Nerdy, the Wordy, the book club for today, December 23rd, which means, that's right, it's 2 days until Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2 days until Christmas. It is, I think, the 6th day of Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you believe, I just want you to know all are welcome here, and we hope that you're having a wonderful holiday season. Mm-hmm. Whether you're lighting candles for Hanukkah, or celebrating Christmas this weekend, or you celebrate Kwanzaa, anything else, we just want you to know that we're so grateful to have you as a part of our community, and we hope that you're having a wonderful holiday season. Y'all, there is a bomb cyclone. There's weather this week. It's going to be tough. Please, please, please drive safe on those roads. Travel safe. Be safe wherever you are, and stay warm. And get to your destination. Get to your family safely. And I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season. We will be back next Friday for the full book recap.
Yeah.
And I'll be live Tuesday, basically 3 to 8 this time, 5 to 8 East, or 5 to 10 Eastern, playing some D&D over at twitch.tv/chaoticneutralgoblin. If you want to come hang out for that, follow our socials, and all of that will be available to you there.
Yeah.
Clarice, is there anything you want to add?
No. We appreciate you guys. It's been a hell of a year. It's been a crazy one. So
500,000 views on this podcast. Can you believe that?
Let's go.
We're gonna hit 35K probably.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. That question channel will be open soon, so come join the Discord and we'll see you over there.
Yeah, and if you want to watch Christmas movies with us, tomorrow, Klaus, our reaction to the animated film is going up. I do cry in that one.
Yes.
And then Sunday, Violent Night, our reaction is going up to that, and I do cry in that one. So enjoy that.
Shocking.
Happy holidays, y'all.
Bye, guys.